Welcome back, everyone, to Castle Mac D&D. Tonight presenting Princes of the Apocalypse. We are continuing on a little side quest of my devising, where the heroes are trying to figure out information on whatever the crystals were that destroyed an entire town used by the cults. They traveled to the Knights of Samalar and their keep and retrieved Cassander, somebody of apparent knowledge of these type of magical items, but who is unfortunately completely mad.
Keep rocking. My stream reset. Your camera, so keep going.
So,
live. I gotta fix it.
the party traveled back to Golden Leaf with Cassander as he said he needed the Giant Slayer, and they met there a familiar face in Castle Mac canon, Jaya the Giant Slayer, who was not pleased to see Cassander, but has grudgingly agreed to escort them to help find the place where he can find his mind.
Yep.
So, let's go around the table since there's no chair there. We're going to start with Andrew.
I am Henrik Roughsworn, a war cleric, follower of Tempest, the one true god. The other ones are true too, just not good. Yeah,
The one truly exceptional guy.
right. It's a cut above the rest.
There we go.
And yeah. But I have some. No, I had no communication.
Something's funny? No, you did not have anything funny to say.
Only every time I open my mouth. I feel like Henrik got some new feelings last time, but I don't remember what they were. So,
Some new feelings.
He's feeling
yeah,
some kind
yeah,
of way about some kind of thing.
Some Tempest brain roleplay that I don't remember. Probably just more of. He went back to the temple and was not feeling the fame.
Chafed a
yeah,
little bit at the
that-
fame, yeah.
That was it.
Not getting to
Where-
play in his humble piece.
Where your deeds have started reaching followers and of Tempest, and plenty of people know about Tempest, but especially any kind of young adventuring warriors.
What about old adventuring warriors?
Also old adventuring
Okay.
warriors. But yeah, in the
Just
current state of the
double-checking.
Sword Coast, people are looking for something to believe in. And you're giving them that. But yes, you're not used to it.
You're right. And there's the whole I'm not feeling him as much, so it's weird to have all these people like, yeah, Tempest is awesome, right? And I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, your connection is strange, as you're powerful, but you can't feel him, and everybody's asking you a ton of questions on what it must feel like to be you.
Yep. That's what
It's like you've loved Star Wars all your life, and then some of the people are like, hey man, what do you think about this new Star Wars movie? And you're like, I mean, that was cool. Right? Just like that?
I haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies, so
Yeah.
I don't know what you're
You
talking
haven't
about.
seen a single Star Wars?
Not
Not a big
war. I haven't
Patrick
seen
Stewart
Not one
war.
more.
Jeff.
Nas Blackhand, assassin, divination wizard.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll that bullshit.
1713. Yeah, I'll take it.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
That's it, yeah. I don't think I need to say anything more. My dice, I'm happy.
Fair enough.
Playing Broderick Reinwald. He's a bard who doesn't sing, more like a skald, more of a storyteller. Played him like an old NCO, so he's like a veteran of previous campaigns. He is motivated, honestly, by the opportunity to do one more great thing before he dies.
We're still waiting.
Yeah,
Okay.
he hates his companions.
What have I done? Okay, well, you guys set out from Golden Leaf. You guys are still close to the Desert Valley, and you're almost headed in a bit of the same direction, except you're keeping far to the south, and you're going close to the High Forest. So you're going from here is Golden Leaf.
Mhm.
You've kind of kept where the valley and the keeps you've dealt with are over here. Knights of Samalar are up here. You've kind of kept going south, so you're on the fringes of the High Forest. Well, that's where you're heading. So you guys have been traveling for couple days.
Oh, let me get figures. Keep chatting.
In that time, Cassander has tried to run off a few times. Again, not trying to escape, but completely distracted by something none of you can get. Jaya has talked, if you want to, but mostly kept up a lead a little bit ahead of you.
Horses? Do we have horses right now?
We had them.
Yeah, you guys did.
Cool.
Yeah, the knight sent you with them, actually.
It's on my character sheet.
So yeah, you guys have horses and a hippogriff.
Oh, yeah,
Of course.
no, don't worry.
I forgot. Yeah, the hippogriff.
Believe me, wouldn't have forgot about that.
Has she talked? She hasn't really talked to us?
Not much she will, but I mean, it's been a couple days, but you guys are now camping.
I do
So
my
I'm gonna-
best to keep Cassandra distracted.
Okay. He is.
Like, I'll play along with what he asks and whatever. I'm just trying to keep him away from the rest of them. And it's kind of a, he's not sorry for what he did at the keep at all.
But he's in that kind of trying to make up for it a little bit mood.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll eat the burnt toast here, guys, because
Yeah.
I know I messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know I messed up.
No.
I don't think I did mess up.
You know that there might be something you want to do differently, but you're not sure
Yeah.
where along the line you feel bad about it.
Like, I could have done it differently, but I don't feel bad about what I did.
I mean, I shouldn't have, but I couldn't.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I'm with you.
Well, you guys have been setting down for camp. As you guys are kind of setting up camp, I think you guys both know that he's keeping Cassandra distracted for the most part. And he's done things where he's like, "Can I count your teeth?" And you open up, and he puts his nasty fingers in,
I'm just.
and he goes up, and he seems to scrutinize them and be like, and even close your jaw a little bit.
If Henrik looked over and saw that, he'd say, maybe we'll find both of their minds.
Wouldn't let him do that to me, but Nos has patience. Had not been previously known.
You guys set up camp and everybody's around. Jaya plops down as she has the past couple nights. Helps with any cooking that you may have, but is also, now that it's nighttime, drinking fairly heavily. And you've noticed that most of the night she is looking right at Cassander.
Can you not forgive him? Tell me again what happened.
In the background, you see me chasing him.
You guys are all sitting now. We were a party, a lot like you. It's me, Rorik, Stannis, and Cloug, and of course Cassander. Palled around for quite a while. Stopped a lot of evil threats.
You must have been quite effective.
We were.
Seen you wield that blade. You know your way around it.
Haven't seen anything yet. And we found ourselves in the halls of a cloud giant. Thought we'd get in, take the items that we needed as they were of some importance. Plus, there was enough gold there to make us rich for the rest of our lives. But the cloud giant found us. Stannis and Cassander were supposed to sneak around a rogue and a caster. They never showed up. They never came back.
Was a cloud giant. More than a match for anyone. Was it fear?
Fear of betrayal. Doesn't matter which. Cloud died. And he's about the last person who meant something to me. I mean, she burning holes into Cassandra as she's telling it. You can see her.
Did all of your plans go off without a hitch?
No. No, of course they didn't. I'm old enough to know they didn't.
And were the plans sometimes upset by human failings?
Always.
And were you upset at them for that?
I'm upset at him because it's kept me going. Being upset at him. Stannis found me later. She's now almost speaking right to Cassander. She's like, caught up with me at my cottage. Thought he'd try to take his loot of the treasure. He's like, Stannis? She's like, and I killed him dead. And I liked him more than I like you. So remember that.
And what you scolding him? That's not the man who left you.
I don't know. That's why I didn't kill him dead in the square.
Question. What if he gets his mind back?
Haven't really decided about that yet.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. While he's with us, I wouldn't let you kill him.
She smiled. She's like, couldn't let me kill him.
Well, we would not let you.
I like all of you, but I'd cut a hole through the lot of you.
We might surprise you. We might.
I have no doubt that you would.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but let me tell you this, young lady.
Not that much younger than you.
Nas just covered his mouth and smiled a little bit.
Just used to saying it because everybody's younger than him.
Yeah.
That which fuels you is... it's worth letting go of. Why go on if it rots you so?
Take another drink. Don't know. Maybe it's boredom. Maybe I just felt the call of adventure. So I keep on going. Seems a waste to have been such a good warrior and just waste away.
I suppose so. I know that feeling.
Maybe I'm just looking for the right death.
Wouldn't know that feeling.
Yeah, she looks at you. And I'll roll insight on it. What's that? She's like, oh yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't. She's like, I think most men your age are smoking a pipe or finishing ale in their homes, but not you.
That's probably true, yes.
I mean, unless this is your family, are you guys 3 generations here, or?
Henrik would chuckle.
Not by blood. Maybe by blood, but not ours. We spilled enough together.
We have.
But the difference between us is I'm not looking to meet my death, to escape this life. I'm looking to close the book, to tie it up and put it back on a shelf.
Then here's to you.
Your thick book. Life is no.
What about you, stalwart? Tempest compel you to do this life? I imagine he would.
I like to think he leads the way. So, do my best to live a life that honors what he stands for.
And have you honored it?
At some turns, and at some turns I've not. Keep going. I'm ready to get the next one.
And do you teach sermons? Or do you just teach at the end of that weapon?
This is my best teacher, but I'll speak to those who will listen, but I have no formal training.
I can respect that. What about you, rogue?
What about me?
What's your story? That's a killer's eyes under that hood.
Well, I was not given a choice to become what I am, to enter this life. And then I made a choice. And no one or anything is ever going to tell me what to do or how to live my life again.
Well, that I get. Your leaders will fail you anyway. They do. Look at where we're at right now. It's a good time to be an adventurer and make a little gold. Not such a good time to meet townsfolk in the places that we've been traveling through.
No argument there.
You three face down any giants?
Can't say as we have. We faced down an Octorilla. Are you familiar with that?
Oh my god,
An Octorilla. An Octorilla.
Yeah.
Are you taking a piss?
I know it's hard to believe, but no.
No, but I did when I saw it.
Good. Explain it to me. Give me the... What would the scholar say? The anatomy of an Octorilla.
How tall was it exactly? 12
12 feet, yeah.
15 needed.
It was a
It was
gorilla.
kind of hunched over at the time as it was towering over us. 4 tentacles, squid-like tentacles, a beak,
In place of arms and snapping beak.
body of a massive gorilla.
Sad I missed it. Cassander piped up. He's like, they're not indigenous to this place, but they came here.
Probably not wrong. That was after we stormed a keep. Did we tell you that story? The 3 of us against how many? 35, 40?
I would say that's about right.
Fair numbers. Impressive.
As I said, there's a bit more to us than it might appear at first.
Oh, I sized you all up. You're all worthy. Settles in her plate armor. Worthy adventurers. Tell me more about the prison you found. There's a bunch of dragonborn there, you said.
Yes, I must be from the war. Knights of Samalar.
Well, maybe I'll be stopping there next. I'm looking
don't-
for someone.
Grudge to settle, maybe? Or
Looking
hate?
for a dragonborn.
Vengeance? No?
Quite the opposite.
Good.
Thought we'd be partners. Went missing in a mist. You seen any strange mist around?
Nothing more than normal morning mists.
That was the talk of Goldenley for a few days, but clearly people have forgotten.
Not familiar, I'm afraid.
Didn't hear about it in our time.
Fair enough. If you guys see any giants, I advise you to kill them on sight. That's what I know. Giants. I've killed most kind of giants there are. Everybody these days seems to think that giants are our friends. Because one tribe of giants crashed a fucking castle into Tiamat's house.
It did turn the tide, but point taken.
Giants are savage.
Plenty of enemies of every race.
Sure enough,
Savage
people
humans.
could say that about you.
Savage to mean savage. Absolutely.
I mean, you should die.
Probably.
I won't argue with that either.
Well, you make for an interesting traveling companion. I'll give you
And
that
you.
much.
Cassander's eating his food. And he walks right over and sits next to Jaya. And just looks over. I mean, she looks at him for a second like... the audacity. And he's just fucking smiling and eating.
Like good old times.
Yeah.
We should do this
And
more often.
you watch her stare for a long time. And she doesn't say anything, and she turns back to you and just lets him sit. And then he starts turning, he's like, Jaya's the best at killing giants. That's why she's the giant slayer.
Well, you've got one fan here.
So it seems like Rorik was good at nature. He can make stuff grow and do spells. Stannis was a sneaky.
What did you do?
Me? I don't remember. I don't remember.
Why did you ask that?
Best to not engage.
Have I had any kind of rapport with him? Like, have I been able to kind of like turn his fits into something less fitful?
Sometimes, but you found no formula which you
I've
I
been
think
trying.
would have looked for
Yeah.
to be like, there's a solution to every problem, and sometimes the things that work make it worse.
Right.
Sometimes they don't. I mean, he's just unhinged. He's just sitting there. He's like, Jaya, I don't remember. Maybe that's for the best. Maybe it's better to just forget. He's like, hey, Jaya, where's Cloud? And she and slams him with a quickness that you guys were not expecting.
I mean, we'd be on our feet right after that.
I think I have my like hand on my hand crossbow.
She's, just got him down. She's she looks at the pitiful wreck of him like, it would do you best, and gets her face right on top. Cassandra, to never say that name to me again. And she pushes him aside. And she goes off to her bedroll. He's like,
Tell me when she's dead asleep. No.
I mean, I think Broderick feels no great love for him either, so I think he would just kind of watch it.
Cassandra crawls back up. And from, still on the ground, takes his food and starts eating it again, and then sits back up. He seems content to eat his food, but you guys can do what you like. Jaya's moved her bedroll slightly.
I think Nos is exhausted from dealing with him all day, and then dealing with her. He's just like, oh god. And he just kind of goes off and lays down, unless it's his watch.
What is the watch order?
Broderick will take first.
I think I would probably take middle watch.
First, middle, last.
I think we should keep an eye on Cassandra, whoever's watching.
Agreed.
You guys settle in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Broderick will take first watch. He'll brew up some coffee, keep him awake.
As you're there, you, as part of your duty, Cassandra's like settled in, and he's clearly drawn what look like little runes on the ground, but then those will kind of go, and just curiously you'll watch, but then they'll kind of give way to stick figures, and then back into runes. Every time you think you see something almost meaningful, it then just devolves into, just kind of chaos.
I think Nos would, when no one could hear, he would talk to him about magic.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah. But not.
I think Broderick doesn't really engage him. I think he feels like he's kind of a ward, and I don't know, doesn't really want to care for him much. I think despite him prodding Jaya, he is like, cool, that was pretty cowardly. Like, he would never do that. So I don't know. I think he just doesn't have a great love for him.
Yeah, he's like, you're going too far, but
But I'm not saying
I feel
yeah,
you.
yeah, pretty much.
And I think the other reason I'm taking care of him because it's obvious none of us can stand him, but I'm showing that like it's a job,
Yeah, you're eating the burnt toast.
And
for
I'm
us.
doing it
Yeah.
even though I don't like it, but sometimes you have to do what you don't like.
Yep.
Wink, wink.
As you're on watch, Cassander suddenly kind of looks up at you and says, "Do you know any songs?"
I know a few, yes, of course.
No songs. No.
Can you sing me a song?
And I think he would consider for a second. I think he'd kind of rub his neck and sing something low. Some low lullaby.
He... Go ahead and roll performance. Just,
All right.
just
All
I thought you were going to say, go ahead and sing it.
Yeah, go ahead and sing it.
No beatbox.
21.
You
for
are
a
Rihanna.
As you're singing for a moment, it almost seems like the kind of dim grayness and like unfocused eyes seem to settle for a moment somewhere, still distant from you, but like it rings a bell. And he's not making any strange motions for a minute. He's completely enraptured by your song.
Yeah, I would weave in some of my brand new,
Book.
no, the magic that lets me counter charms.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but that
I think
ability.
it's
Counter
counter
charm.
Exactly.
Well, that was convenient. Adequately named.
You know what? With that, I think, being that this is the first time you've really done it, it almost seems like it's having an effect. Like it's almost cutting through whatever is through this haze of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's sitting there, he kind of smiles and he's like, "It's a nice song. I like your songs." And he starts to roll over. He's like, "They're coming to an end, I think, though."
I think he would regard it for a second and kind of shrug his shoulders, probably to his side, like,
I guess that could be said from the moment I first sang, so.
just kind of reassuring himself a little bit.
I'm fine.
Or is that Sean telling us he's going to kill you tonight?
Yeah.
Is this guy the new Bad Dreams?
I think once he goes to sleep, I think to keep himself awake and as part of a patrol, he would try to be getting better with his dancing lights. He would cast it and like send them out on patrol. They can go up to 60 feet
Yeah.
away, so he would kind of be practicing controlling them, and having them around and like circling and stuff.
You do pretty well. At one point, you wake up Jaya, partly to see if you can see her, and she kind of does the...
I'd quickly pull it back. What?
She settles back in.
I would have one like go in Nas's face.
Now, so you wake up to your watch with a dancing light in your face.
What the fuck? I'm up, Dad.
Oh yeah, when it's his watch, I would have the glowing lights like in his blanket coming up and out.
You settle in and fall asleep. It is now your watch. Cassander kind of rolls awake. And he's looking at you. He's like... He starts going back to drawing.
I'll come over and sit down next to him and take my book out.
He sees it and looks at you and wipes the runes away. He almost recoils.
Is there a problem?
He starts pulling up the blankets over his face. He's like,
I was wondering if you could help me with this spell. It's beyond my abilities, but
I like you, Two Head. Books are dangerous. That's why you have two heads. He pulls the blanket over himself.
oh my god. Close the book. I go over. I put it in my back. When I'm not on duty guarding, then I will study. But otherwise, he still knows his. And he'll go back and just get out of the firelight and just kind of pull his cloak up.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of not attract everything with dancing lights.
You see Cassander kind of keeps his head, and sometimes when you go off, you think you see him like
There's whites in his eyes peering.
push the blanket back. It is your watch. You wake up. Pretty quiet. I mean, Bean, you guys have had a couple you fought a couple, like, kind of random. There's some wolves that attacked you one night. I mean, nothing absolutely out of the ordinary that you wouldn't expect to have seen, but seems quiet. You seem like you're fairly secluded. But you're just up. And from under the blanket, you start to hear a familiar lullaby being hummed.
Like as soon as you recognize it being.
How do you know that song?
What song?
What you were just humming.
I don't know.
Maybe you overheard my.
I guess I would have been using my music box if you're in there. So we had to start the.
Did you hear it while I was praying?
No, I heard it in some memory somewhere. Like, it's a sad song.
It wasn't for me.
It's a nice thing about songs.
Agreed.
Good night, shiny man. You guys all awake in the morning. Nothing has attacked you.
Is he alive?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't you have to roll your old age?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If I roll a
Roll your sleep apnea.
if I roll a 001,
Good.
the guys
ahead
of
and do
old
it.
age. 0
Oh my god! If that works, I think we would have let him pass in his sleep.
Does he wake up and go?
You barely made it again.
Yeah, you guys come over and he's asleep with his eyes open. You're like, dude, he's like,
No, he's not dead yet.
You guys wake up. Cassandra's stretching. We're getting close. We gotta talk to the hanged man.
The hand man?
Hanged.
Oh,
Hanged
man.
You know. Two heads like this.
Stop calling me two-head.
Giant.
I think Prejudice is annoyed.
Yeah, I think Nos is like, he's kind of on the edge of his patience with him, but he still goes back to trying to distract him or chase him down or stab him.
You guys, Jaya kind of comes up, nods to you all, almost as if nothing has transpired the night before, not your conversations, not any anger, like she's set and ready to go. She's like, won't be far now. Face some giants. About a day away from here.
What is the hanged man?
I don't know. We did fight him near some relics of an old graveyard.
As he's talking, be feeding some meat to Shimmermane, scratching under her beak. Birds gotta love having their beak scratched like dogs,
yeah.
right? Like that under chin, right there.
Or it drives them crazy and they attack you.
Yeah. Nah, she got like the one bird claw lifting up, like
You gotta get that butt scratch.
find the
At
spot with
top,
the back
and
leg.
just-
Yeah.
A wing starts flapping.
She regards Shimmermane, doesn't necessarily say anything, but you do get that she's admiring it.
Yeah, I mean, she should.
Well, guess we can head on.
Yes. Let's get this done as soon as we can.
He's like, as soon as we can, we'll get this done. She crossed him aside, glance.
I'm going to scout ahead.
I think I'll get on Shirina. He will fly like 80 feet ahead just to have some alone time. Imagine he's just really fucking tired of that.
Yeah, you guys have dealt with. I mean, you've been babysitting. There's
Yeah, I
no
was gonna
way.
say, I think
there's no way
Henrik feels
around
like he's a
it.
child.
Do any of you feel unsettled at what he told you? in the brief moments of his
I'm not
coherency.
sure that he does. Because I think he said so much weird shit since the moment we met him to now. He's said other weird shit. I think at some point...
It's also stuff that's kind of come true, too.
That is true. That is true. And that a lot of it did come to pass.
I think a lot of that resonates more with Nos because he is a divination wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he can see outcomes because I figure that's the
true.
only way
That's
it
kind of the way
works,
it works,
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That he's put more in. I mean, he heard what he said. He wasn't alarmed. He was alarmed to what he said to him, and he didn't tell Nos anything he didn't know about the book yet.
Yeah.
I mean, Nos knows that it's a slippery slope studying this book,
Mm-hmm.
but he's also willing to take that chance personally.
Yeah.
You know. So.
I mean, I'm sure Broderick kind of assumes he's going to die soon anyways.
Which is the other reason I think he's trying to stay close to him, to try to, like, hear any of these portents that he may be throwing out to see if he can, you know, because Nos is always about, like, the angle, you know, making sure, you know, he gets the most out of everything around him and sometimes everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I think Henrik was a little surprised and almost a little mad that he knew his bet song. Because I like to think that
He does it
Henrik's not just
privately.
made it up, so it's not like...
You've never heard it anywhere else, That- for sure. That it's, and anytime they've heard it, you guys don't recognize the tune. It's most certainly, and in fact, you're almost fairly certain that it is. It's so obscure that it is strange.
Yeah. So he was kind of mad at first, and he's like, "Oh, maybe he just heard me praying or something."
It's close enough, yeah.
But with a little
Could be. All right. Well, you guys travel for most of the day. It gets cloudy about halfway through, and then it starts to rain. So you guys are traveling through the main. You're still on a road. I mean, it's clearly a road, but it's getting muddy.
With these, if you're okay with this, and I'm okay with it otherwise,
Yeah.
rather than roll these every day, I'll just roll them and keep them there until I spend them, and then re-roll them the next day.
Oh,
that
I'm
way you
fine
don't have to
with
spend
that.
a lot of
Yeah.
time doing that.
Yeah, I'm good with that. You guys start to come to the edge of. It's clearly more like forest growth kind of coming up, and you can start to see as you look just some crumbled like brick and stonework. And it looks, but it's overgrown. A lot of this looks almost half ancient, but nothing looks that extraordinary about it. Like some ruins you guys have all traveled, you're like, oh yeah, but there was a
old.
there was a majesty to them. Like you're like, these are clearly old, but like looks like a crumbled like single tower keep. Like it's nothing too impressive, but it's getting a bit more ubiquitous. You see more stones kind of sticking out with moss or vines covering them in a kind of half wooded area.
Broderick would be walking with Shimmermane now.
Okay.
Just especially since it's raining and all.
Yeah, that makes sense. Guess you wouldn't want to fly that way.
No. It does have its goggles. Might even still have them on.
Forgets he leaves them on. You can take those off. You're already asleep now.
Oh, who said that? Oh,
But I can read.
Do his eyes look really huge?
I imagine they do. Now
they
not
do.
initially,
Yes.
but now.
Cannon.
Yeah,
Yep.
they do. As you guys continue to start to go, you see what were like clearly larger walls. You see crumbled across broken stone columns, like larger stone as you're setting in. So it's half woods, half vines, and half stonework kind of throughout. Jaya seems maybe a little bit more on edge. She's got her hand on her sword. This is where it was. This is where we fought him. Cassander, we're here. Like, no, to the Hanged Man. In the graveyard.
Alright, I pull out my hand crossbow, make sure my cloak's up. Well, scout ahead. And I just go into the underbrush
Yeah.
Start stealthing ahead.
Go ahead and roll a stealth.
17.
Okay. You kind of cut past, and now what are clearly like those almost arched columns. Some are still intact, but the wall around them has crumbled. Kind of cut through the back, and it looks like this might have been almost a complex of a keep at some point. But
Okay.
and you can see it. The trees kind of give way to what looks almost like a valley, and there's still a crumbled wall, still
Like a
around.
retaining wall.
Exactly. And you see a number of kind of broken graves. There's like a single almost. What would one time would have been a mausoleum, but I mean, it's completely crushed in. The columns have gone on top of it. But above that, you see between two large, kind of like another stone pillar, there's just a hanging corpse, but has no head, so it's half hanging through, just like the rib cage, and it's tied around. And it's two arms and like half of another leg, and it's just
kind of swaying.
Just swaying.
He kind of looks around, and then he'll back up, kind of break line of sight, and do a ritual detect magic.
Okay.
He's looking for like necromantic magic.
You got it.
You
Literally.
drink real quick.
On the corpse, and like there's just kind of like within the graveyard itself, you're like, as soon as you kind of finish it, you're like, you can kind of see the glow, and you smell. I think you also smell necromantic magic. You're like, that's necromancy there.
Is it focused anywhere other than, or is it just like different, it's like kind of heat? Like looking at thermal vision kind of thing?
I'm thinking it's like heat. You notice that the corpse has that. It also seems to have a couple other, like, it's got some divination magic on it. It's got some illusions. I mean, it seems like it almost is like a color morphing field where you're like, the corpse has a lot of shit to it. But yeah, it's almost like just a heat giving off from, and partly from that little mausoleum.
Okay.
And then around there. It looks like that's a somewhat concentrated point, but you're picking it up.
Okay, well I'll just back it on up.
Brought you some of that, Andrew. Fellow calorie
So-
counter buddy.
With this, you need to show Lydia how to eat popcorn.
How to properly eat popcorn. Sorry about opening popcorn on stream here. Oh, what'd I miss? Give me the summary.
I cast. Well, I'll just come back and tell you.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'll come back quickly.
What did you see?
There's definitely a graveyard. It's ruined. There's a collapsed
Mausoleum?
a Molosseum.
On Mary Mall?
And there's a fucking hanged man back there at the end. And it's emanating necromantic, divination, and illusion magic. And that whole place is just laced with necromantic magic. Something's gonna happen when we go in there,
Easier to walk into a trap if you know it's coming.
I suppose.
If only we knew what was coming.
I don't know much about the undead. I usually deal with the living. I'll look to you, learned man. I'm kidding. It's more looking at him.
I can tame it once we find it.
The power of Tempest should protect us.
Remember that I have the channel divinity.
Turn undead. I don't know what else to do other than just go up there, to be honest.
I agree. We know it's there. Let's face it, head on.
I suppose it's much use to ask. What's his name again?
What?
What's his name? Cassandra?
Cassandra.
I don't suppose it's much use to ask Cassandra what to expect.
He is like,
I don't know. He
was right
has
about the hanged
moments
man.
of lucidity. Cassandra, the hanged man is just through those trees.
I don't know.
What are we going to expect? Or what should we expect? Will it animate and attack us? Or do you just want to talk to it?
No, I know I need the corpse.
Do you need it? Oh, how? How do you need it? You gonna eat it?
No.
Don't give him
Don't
any
scrunch your
ideas.
face at me. I'll let you stick your fingers in my mouth.
Yeah. I need the corpse and the other part.
The head?
Hmm?
The head's not there.
That's okay.
Alright, I just close my eyes, sigh. Let's go.
Jai looks at Cassandra again. She also seems like she's been looking around in here. She's like, good. Takes out her shield. Starts stalking.
After you, my lady.
You keep that guff to yourself, you arrogant shit.
And who's gonna enjoy it if I keep it to myself? Oh, she's gone.
Project will draw his rapier, mage armor himself, walk up behind.
Okay. Good.
Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen.
Using those?
I'm gonna use one of these for now. So, at the far end here, this rises up still to be a column, and you've got kind of corpse hanging right
Oh,
here.
okay, gotcha. Sorry, I just want to feel it. Oh, interesting. It's like styrofoam?
Mm-hmm. Insulation foam.
Oh, wow.
Thank you to our friend
That looks so
Miles
good.
who made that for us.
I mean, it
Made a
looks
whole box
gorgeous.
of it. Yeah, right?
These are crumbled walls. They're not supposed to look anything else.
No, we're with you.
Oh,
It's an easy thing if you make all your dungeons crumble, then you don't have to draw any straight lines.
Yep. Very convenient. Sure they're not worms.
No.
Red vine.
That's what I'm talking about. I literally ate so many red vines, I felt a little sick.
Hey man, we're still trying to get a sponsorship here, so
No.
I need you to chill.
It wasn't the red vines that made me sick. It was I didn't have enough.
It was the red vines. that
I
made
was
me
sick
better.
because I wanted more.
Yeah, you got to push through that threshold.
You guys didn't bring your horses,
No.
right?
No, we would tie them off back
I
there.
gotta get a. Guys haven't faced any yet. Oh no, you did face undead with the
With
the
the necromancer.
necromancer.
The necromancer. That's where I got Rezier. Right?
You got Rezier from
Oh,
the,
you're right. No, I
the
got it.
moving stone.
This moving stones. Oh, I could think I got it there.
Don't let me forget about my ring.
One you've never used. It's on a crit, right?
I retroactively used
On
it
a
once.
crit.
And it heals you the damage.
Up
not
to your
temporary.
cleric
Yeah, it heals
level,
me at my
yes.
cleric.
Heals.
Yeah, well, right, heals, but not temporary.
Not
Like, There's a
temporary.
big difference.
Straight up heals.
Oh, high score kid. Dude, look. I'm even wearing my New Zealand shirt, my dude.
Oh, what up, buddy?
High score kid. You're like D&D famous, man. He designed all the cards. All those spell
Oh.
cards.
Awesome.
That's high
Those
score
things-
kid right here. We got him right here. That's the man right there.
Oh, the 5th edition cards?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Those are awesome.
Also another Sean in my life. A lot of Seans.
No, it's too many. Like, wait.
See?
There are a lot of
It's,
shows.
it's too many beyond me. No, I'm just kidding. I swear.
He caught it.
This is
We
all.
had-
I think
One
Liddy
off.
just doesn't care.
No.
Because she'll drop it and just be like,
Yeah.
We had
What are you gonna do
one
about it?
off night, but now we never miss a beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Also,
of-
I'm just saying, I haven't dropped a single popcorn kernel yet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
What made me laugh was sitting here watching at the end of the table, and she's consciously grabbing one at a time, and she dropped like 3 of them. She still dropped 3.
You gotta take these away from me.
Let me grab a...
No, I'm good, thank you. I'm already skipping.
Grab a jack.
Why'd you laugh? Why did you laugh at that?
Just, you know,
Son of a bitch.
you're making a joke about the name.
That is
It was a trap.
It was a trap.
You're not nice.
Sean, by the way, if you have to remind me if you need figures for me to bring mine over, because I constantly forget. Because the problem is they're under my gaming table, and I just don't see them.
And and you just walk past? I got you.
Yeah.
I will let you know.
So I know your mind is sharper than mine, so...
Hey, Sean G, you should totally plan a trip to the States and come play D&D for like a solid weekend. Our friend Luke from Australia did that,
God,
and we played D&D. I took 2 days off work. We played D&D for
That was
like
a
4
blast.
days straight.
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
That's right, because he stayed... We kept playing that... The 3 of us played that game that he
We
ran.
played a ton.
That was... Honestly, that was...
Mhm.
He pulled that out of his butt. That was a blast.
It was good.
That was really fun. It was creepy, too.
Yeah, it was
Not
creepy.
find Ennis.
You guys should check out Sean's blog. It's High Score Kid. I don't remember the address off the top of my head. It's just always in my
You looking at your PCs, Sean?
Oh, I found it.
Good. Sean does some awesome commission work. Oh boy.
What?
Yeah. Hey Lydia. Since you're in chat, High Score Kid is Sean G from New Zealand. I'm trying to talk him into coming here to hang out with us for like a week. Alright, back to D&D. Nice to see you, Sean.
As you guys overlook this scene, the rain is still hitting hard. And it almost feels like there's a fog setting in at the same time.
I think you should take the lead.
Alright. I'll take the... Well, if she'll let me.
Yeah.
Just push past her.
I don't know how you want me to handle this.
Go ahead and go.
Move your move.
Just kidding. Sorry. I assume they'd be going behind me.
Up to y'all. Do you follow behind?
Yeah.
I'd be right behind him.
Alright,
Why?
you guys place yourselves.
Okay. We just get to the thing we need to get to then.
Yeah.
Without issue.
I'll be kind of off about 4 hexes towards you. Yeah, right there. Just kind of... I've got Rezier in one hand and my crossbow in the other. Mainly because this way I can keep an eye on him, too.
He's like looking around. There's a lot of dead people in here.
Yeah, it's a graveyard. Just keep moving, asshole.
He's like, so many magics. Well, you guys get up to where there's that gravestone kind of right there. Mm-hmm.
That's the mausoleum over there.
Mm-hmm. And you see almost like a mist kind of starting to rise out of it. But there's also, it's almost starting to like puncture out of the ground here from graves. The deeper you get in.
Like, puffs out of the ground.
It's not necessarily obscuring anything. Right. It's just clearly the deeper you get in.
By the way, I love mists.
I'm sure. But it's raining and it's muddy. The sod in here is just sticking to your boots as you get up. And the smell. That corpse is, even from here, putting off just a rank smell.
I'll just instinctively pull my face mask up and cover my face.
And you see, it's mostly a skeleton. It's just a few bits of like what seem like sinew and rotted muscle holding the one femur on. There's no other leg. 2 arms. Just the rib cage kind of held with the vertebrae still attached. And there's just raindrops there. You guys can continue on if that's what you want to do.
No.
Since he's next to him, Project would say,
What now?
What do you mean?
We're here. What do you need to do?
Well, we need the corpse.
is it hanging by a rope?
Like a thick rope? Or is it frayed?
I'll roll for it.
Rope check.
Yeah, there's a frayed. It clearly seems like it's the average thickness you would hang a humanoid with, but it does seem like it's just been exposed to the elements, and there are some frayed bits.
Nos just takes his crossbow out. It shoots at the rope.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Roll a 15, so 21.
Well, hard to think that you wouldn't have hit that on the 21. So, go ahead and roll. No, you don't need to roll damage. That's bullshit.
Okay.
It's a frayed rope. It snap. The bones clatter down, almost accordion style, into the stony rocks that you see right there. Just. And Cassandra looks around. He's like, "Uh-oh." And the mist start to rise. And the first thing you see, something that seems to be pushing itself out from here.
Of the ground?
Of the ground. And you see other shapes. You see stones moving and rocks. And some creatures you wouldn't have expected to see here.
Dr. Rose?
Halflings?
Yeah, exactly. How'd you know?
Gnomish.
Did you read my notes?
A merchant.
Gnomish bartenders.
From
Selling
here,
magic items.
two corpses that are just wrapped around in the funeral garments.
Cool.
And they both have glowing eyes as they push themselves up. And from out of the mist here, the rocks part. And what stands here is a strange sight. It's clearly undead, but its head is within an iron cage. Hope you guys have your worm trackers ready.
Oh, I knew it. You
son of a bitch.
I knew it.
And I had to say
Bringing
fucking
it
worm,
back.
too.
Bringing it back.
When you said it, I was like... With that, we're going to take a quick break as two mummies and a son
They are mummies.
Caius have come out.
All right. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Son of Kaya?
Is it Caius?
No.
I was like...
I just want that to be it.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Our party of heroes has entered a graveyard. Their path of escape is blocked by two, what we know as mummies, and a spawn of Caius has emerged. Do you guys want to roll to try to figure out if you know what these are?
Yeah, there's no way we would, I don't think, unless
I sure don't.
unless the OG party shared tales, but I have a feeling they maybe did.
I
maybe
think
not.
they probably did,
All right.
but I do think there might be a bit muddled, and the exaggerations are...
Mhm.
I know that.
No. Okay.
What are we rolling?
Just to see if you know what these things
No,
are.
what are we rolling against? Are you skilled?
Oh, well, honestly, whatever you think applies.
Stealth.
Acrobatics.
Within the
Arcana.
verisimilitude of what applies.
I do think they're gnomish bartenders. I got a 1.
Good. Well, we all rolled really well.
you
Now, if you rolled a
two,
20.
you two are like,
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh,
you two are
I
like,
rolled a 2.
you're like, they're undead. I figured it'd be undead. No, actually, what?
I have -1 to everything that would apply.
Works out.
A 19 will still do it.
Yeah.
You've heard tales. You've traveled for so long. You've met so many warriors they've gone through, and I think naturally you've engaged in conversations with them. And I think you fought. I think it would be reasonable to say you fought skeletons or zombies at some point in your 40-year career as a warrior. These aren't that. Like, those I think are mummies, and that, I want to say, is what some guy said was a spawn of Caius. You know that they're dead. You know that this is not your run-of-the-mill, like, a couple skeletons are shambling your way.
Just a regular cagey head boy.
Yeah, just a cagey head boy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my dudes, I'm gonna need some initiatives.
All right.
I'm just going to use that for initiative, too.
Oh, look at that start out.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. What
Pretty good.
did you get
It
there?
is a 20. It looks like a
It's
12.
natty,
It's
tiny.
hard to see.
It's all red.
It's pretty, I like
That's real blood. Cheers.
Where'd you do that?
From the past. It's okay.
Okay, what did we get, my dudes?
I got my dudes at 12.
You're at 12. Okay. Nice.
23.
That's pretty good.
You son of a bitch. God, you got. Don't pull me on me.
My boss. This is boss business. Fuck these boss.
You know what? That probably isn't right. Let's just do enemy 2.
For Broderick?
Agreed. He is.
Dude, you're charmed.
Oh shit!
I've got bro and boss right next to each other.
Family business.
All right, Nas, this is the situation before you.
My go.
Mm-hmm.
Interact. Puts his crossbow away.
Gotcha.
Bonus action. Starts waving his hand, and this like looks like kind of like a long, thin scimitar comes out. Kind of tapers to an end, and it like bursts with like purple flame.
Okay.
It's got like a little bit of an extra long handle, and he flips it like this and throws it at him.
All right.
So I have advantage because I go before him.
That's right.
As an assassin. And I just cast Psychic Blade.
Tight. Good. Thank you. Because I didn't know what that was.
Yeah. I just do that all the time.
I was like, man, that sounds cool.
So that is a 19?
Yeah. You got him.
Dude, Minot.
Alright, so should I pull the psychic damage out separately?
No. No.
Okay.
No, you do not.
So that's 22 damage.
22 damage.
And as he throws it, it'll go into him, and the blade will disappear, and then it appears back in my hand.
As you do, you throw it, and it cuts in, and as it does cut into its torso, you see a couple worms. Living, like, thick, almost slug worms just
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
fall, and then your blade is back.
And I move.
Broderick.
What was that?
God. Alright. I am going to turn and I'm going to look into the eyes of one of those mummies, weave a spell into it to where it believes that its foes are its, or where its allies are its
Nice.
foes. You can't talk.
That's a good one.
I will play Enemies Abound on him. It's an int save, sir.
What am I looking to beat here with its
You're looking
incredibly
to beat
high
a
intelligence?
15.
No.
Okay, he will view all creatures as enemies and will randomly attack targets in range.
Is that a charm?
I don't think it is. He's not charmed.
Okay. So it just views, it's not necessarily afraid of them.
Nope.
It just views everything as
It views everything as a foe,
Okay.
us included. Still.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And
Yeah, it's
which
not a
which
charm.
one did you want to target with that?
Oh, it doesn't matter. One with his arm. Oh wait, they're both identical.
The one with the wraps.
The one who, the sexier one.
Done.
Yeah.
Oh,
By the way, this is a good time. Castle Mac inspiration. These are player-given inspiration that can be given for role-playing, cool actions, or if your bud needs it. We do allow it as a reroll. So, and for anybody watching, there is a
abilities.
oh, thanks.
divine favor bar somewhere in the nether regions that will
Yep.
force a reroll. Either they can use it or I will have to use it.
That's right. Here.
Stop.
Oh, I got it.
Stop.
Oh, that's weird. I feel like a weatherman. Joe, check out this wiggly inquisitor. This one wiggly inquisitor. All right.
You see one. It doesn't seem like fully affected, but you see it turn its head, and you see its body start to kind of turn to the other one.
Tight. And then with an interact, he will pull out the wand of magic missile. You know what? Scratch that. He'll pull his rapier.
Okay.
Did it? Any bonus actions you want to do?
Not right now.
Okay.
Just hasn't been impressed.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it. We're gonna see how this goes.
You're right. This could be a long.
Yeah,
Could just be.
I'm gonna pace myself. It could also be really easy because
I just want to
it's
cast
Sean.
that spell.
It's Sean, so you know.
Is he enemy too?
He is.
Okay. I love it. The psychic blade, the shadow blade is so good.
Yeah.
It's a bonus action to cast it.
Oh, I could put it on giant, but I just don't think I will. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. DC 11, my dude.
That's your best save.
Hey, wait!
Has anybody
Before you
been
roll
inspired
it.
by me lately?
Yeah, before you roll it.
Oh, as a roll's about to happen.
No, he hasn't even picked up the die. Put the die back down.
The what now?
Go for it.
I'm gonna give Steven an inspiration for
Oh, I
trying
thank
to
you.
game the
Oh,
game.
thank you.
In the game.
Yeah, you can't roll that for this.
Alright.
That's for sure.
Yes.
Pretty good.
I'm pretty sure that's fine. That plus 0.
What, is it 0 or -1?
0.
Okay.
Intelligence.
Oh, intelligence is -1.
Cool.
What'd you roll?
6.
I thought it was a 16. I thought you were serious. Like, oh, I'm good.
That's good, right? 6.
I
Yeah,
think you should be
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Nice even number, divisible by 6.
I'm just making sure that I understand the mechanics of this real fast.
Get
Are
out
they
here.
in Mordenkainen's?
I think they are. Yeah, they're under Star Spawn, aren't they?
No, this is still Spawn guys. It was Volos.
Oh, it's Volo.
Oh, they're
Okay.
Volos.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you die?
As it lifts a hand, a worm, a slug-like worm, shoots onto your armor and starts digging under.
Yeah, I got the sound for you.
You can already feel
No.
that the bottom of it is just sheer teeth that are digging through. You can feel it as
With
it's
the roll that
moving.
he made, does he know anything about the worms?
You heard that there are worms that definitely embed themselves within your skin. I'll
Okay.
say that. I think you would know that.
Which is what it's doing anyway.
Oh, I heard that
Oh,
these do this.
Confirmed!
See, guys, this is what I was telling you.
They get in your skin, they kill you.
Oh, don't forget about your ring.
So, that
Doesn't help with the worms.
that's what happens in it. You see claws kind of
Ringworms.
extend themselves out from the hands as it
Mhm.
sits there. Oh, and also, to anybody who's looking at it, you see that the wounds that he inflicted with his psychic blades are starting to close.
Good for him. We're so happy he's feeling better.
Oh, I forgot about Jaya.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah.
yeah,
I
she-
think it's
No,
okay.
that's okay. She's bringing up the rear. Heavy hitter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll for Cassander. He's not a combatant
Yeah.
here. Okay, so that was enemy 2. Henrik.
I guess I don't know. Is that a disease or a condition? No.
You look at lesser restoration?
Yeah.
It does do diseases. I don't know if it's a disease.
Yeah,
though.
I would guess it's not. It's just a thing digging into me. Alright, well, I think Henrik's kind of angry at this guy, so he's just gonna go swing on his face.
Worm on, dude.
Yeah.
Where is that worm? Still on him? Kind of half under his armor?
It is still on your skin. I'll tell you this. You could either attack him, or you could use your action to get the worm off. Up to you.
Attack him. Don't listen to me.
I'll get the worm off because I have plenty of things to do with the bonus actions.
I mean, you can still move and do it if you want, but
You can still do spiritual weapon.
Right.
Do you have the little spiritual weapon?
Oh, I do. You know I do.
Did you get his?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll go there. I'll try and get the worm off.
okay.
Intelligence check.
Remove the worm from myself. Not get the worm off.
Maybe getting the worm off will do it. We're not sure.
Or could
Okay,
reproduce.
so actually, it's just gonna be.
There's more of them.
It's actually just gonna be an attack roll. Or no. You can. Sorry. Okay, so you can either scrape it off using an action, or you can try to kill it. You can essentially scrape it off of you for your action, or use an
Or
attack.
swing your mace onto your own
Use your
arm.
spiritual weapon.
I think I'll scrape it off.
Okay. That's just your action. You succeed at scraping it off.
You are a scraper.
And then I suppose I will cast spiritual weapon. No slots. I guess I need to.
Hold on. As you scrape it off, you see the spawn lift its head, and the worm jumps. I need you to make a dexterity save.
What?
What?
Legendary action? Or is that
No,
just what they
it
do?
says it on there. If you choose to scrape it off, the spawn can choose.
You have a
No, I'm not gonna. I'm wormed.
You just got wormed.
You guys all get your worm.
Broderick's wormed.
I leave.
As it hits, it then leaps almost, and onto your leg. You suddenly have a worm that just sinks in razor-like teeth into the back of your leg.
It's not ideal.
Perfect for this. Perfect for getting rid of worms.
So that was your action. What else you got?
I will spiritual weapon.
That's why I initially pulled it out, but then I was like, Broderick doesn't know that. He doesn't know.
What kind of damage
That's
does
why I put
spiritual
it back
weapon do?
away. Force, I think.
Yeah, it's force.
Okay. Got it.
Bastard. Okay, cool. That's not gonna help you.
Well, my spiritual weapon will attack.
Oh yeah.
For 6 force damage. Which I'm sure is 100% effective.
I mean, it tears in, and you see just bits of viscera and just bile come out the side. I mean, it clearly damaged it for sure.
Well then.
Okay.
At least I got rid of that worm. Right, guys?
I'm
So-
good.
So you maybe just picked it up and you threw it at Broderick.
This one goes to walk, and the other attacks it with an opportunity attack.
Tight. Yes.
They'll take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, definitely definitely got.
Is there a way to know the challenge rating of what I'm fighting?
No. Unless you just have it known. Like some people.
Well, there is a way.
Yeah. Jerk.
15 damage.
Oh, you're because you can destroy them now, right?
Turn them.
Okay. Why didn't you know the challenge rating then?
Because I can turn if they're.
You can turn anything.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Never mind.
It's destroyed a certain.
Gotcha.
Typically, at this level, probably skellies and
Maybe
zombies.
it's just half.
Alright.
I don't look at them.
You were looking over at these two.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's,
I need you-
we're all.
I should be fine though, right?
I need you to make a DC 11 saving throw.
all
of
of
what
us.
flavor?
No, it's
Oh,
a
it's
target.
targeting.
It's a target.
Oh, okay.
Wisdom.
This is probably gonna be totally fine. Let's spin that bad boy.
An 8 and a 1.
Failed.
You failed.
Okay. An 8 and a 1.
Oh,
Okay, good.
Failed.
You did not fail by as much as you needed to.
Yeah. So my actual roll would be a 9.
Good. You are frightened of that mummy until the end of the mummy's next turn.
Okay.
So that specific one.
Well, you're frightened.
Yeah, frightened.
Yeah.
Yeah, the frightened condition,
Yeah.
so you're at negative, you're at disadvantage on everything.
Right.
Not everything.
Okay.
The other mumsy?
The other one
Hold on, let me just. I don't look at it.
is gonna attack this one.
They're coming!
It is the
Coming, my man!
closest.
Oh, that's the
It's
one
the
that you.
closest enemy. So it hits. It's immune to the other damage, so it takes.
What other damage? What other damage?
You know what? I think you'd see that with just the slashing damage of the claws, you see just like almost a black rot forming.
Worms and rot.
Metal band.
But you can also see that the other mummy looks like there's no. It can't gain any more rot.
So it's like looking at my underwear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly like looking in your underwear, which I have done.
When you go upstairs, it's, okay.
What's going on?
You have a condition.
What?
Cast restoration on your underwear drawer.
That's work. It's unholy.
It's fucking desecrated. Henrik, next to you, you see Jaya raise a shield, put her sword on top of it, take a step forward, swing her sword around on this mummy. She makes 3 attacks. I'm going to just roll them all right now. All 3 hit.
Oh. I asked her how she kills it.
Oh, we put her in charge.
Oh, shit. Yeah, she does 36 damage to it for anybody wanting to know with all 3. I mean, she comes in, stabs, cuts one leg, cuts the other, and is just standing right next to you. And they were big hits. It looked like she tore through legs, through the center. Worms have just fallen out. Dead worms at this point. Good. Alright, we are up to Nas.
Alright. So, I'm assuming that's difficult terrain or.
No,
Oh, it's not.
don't. They're all pretty crumbled, so no.
25.
Okay.
As an action, Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
And I'll attack him. 21?
Yes. You got it.
Yeah.
Let me hit that.
What kind of damage are you doing?
Psychic, flame, and piercing.
Got it.
If that matters.
It does.
So that's 23 damage.
How do you kill him, my dude?
Oh shit! He just kind of slides up, and as she kind of lays into him, it probably like staggers him back, and he's got 5 more feet on this move here, and he just brings the blade up like at the base of the spine and like up through his head, and just the blade just explodes with fire.
Henrik, you see, and Jaya too has to kind of push up her shield as a blade of green flame comes up through
And
that
purple.
cage and purple, and it just explodes out of the cage. And I mean, both of you have to raise your shields as just entrails hit it, dead worms flop around, and it falls, defeated.
I retire.
Broderick,
Okay.
you are frightened.
Yeah. First thing I will do, action to get the worm off him. It's on his leg. Then he'll move this way, because he's frightened. And he will say,
No, you don't have to move away if you don't want to.
I know,
I
I'm
know.
just saying,
Okay.
he, narratively,
Right.
he's not going to hold his ground.
Stalwart, there's still more of them.
Little bardic inspiration for Andrew, and that's me.
Best friend forever. I love you.
It
You're
doesn't
the-
seem to have enough words for
You're the
that.
only one I ever liked. In some words.
Sure.
All right.
I'm also kind of at the corner of my eye watching the pile of bones behind us.
Can't tell.
I know.
Henrik.
I shouldn't look at them, should I?
Doesn't matter. They can just target you.
Okay. I will.
Can you do it 20 feet?
I think it's 30. But either way, they can't get to him. No, 20 feet.
Okay, you move around.
Choking on popcorn, man.
Whoops. And then I'll hold my action until one of them gets close.
Okay.
Cool.
Guilt.
Do they get a save? So you get a save at the end of his turn again.
When he
That-
takes damage, he gets a save.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You made it.
This one, I need you to make a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw. That's pretty good for a cleric, though, so you should be alright.
Wait, or you could use that if you want to. It's for a save. D8.
So it'll be 8, so I need. You said 11?
Mm-hmm.
So I need 4.
What's your wisdom
What's
save?
your wisdom, man? You're a
I rolled,
cleric.
I rolled a 5.
What's your proficiency bonus? Look at your saves.
Oh, plus 6. I'm sorry. Whoops.
I think
So
you
that was
made
it. You already made it.
Okay. Wait, no, that's exactly 11 if I rolled a 5.
That's what you need.
Yeah, you had to
Yeah,
beat
you
that.
for save. That's what you need to
Oh,
roll.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you
Good
got
job, me. I'm
Can
the
we
best.
kick him out?
Right?
Would you?
Today, Andrew learns how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
So, don't get ahead of yourself.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
There's still a lot to learn.
I like how he's not like mad. He's like, just don't get ahead of yourself.
This one's going to make an attack of opportunity on
I've
that
been
one.
scraping by since we started.
No. Fucking misses. Will you move that mummy one up right next to you, Andrew?
Can I
And
smack
now,
him in
yeah,
the
you
face?
can smack it. You got it.
4. Yeah, so I might. 11.
As it shambles over and kind of raises itself, and you see those glowing eyes for a moment, A wave of terror kind of came over, but you pushed through it, and as it gets close, just raise your weapon. Your mace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just dig into its chest, and cloth and funeral rite wrappings are almost pull up with your mace as you pull it away. And now,
I also haven't dropped any popcorn. Let the record show.
you're gonna be low. The mummy's gonna be high for the other mummy. Alright, I need you to make another DC weapon wisdom saving throw.
That you will fail. I think you just have to roll your auto succeed.
Got it.
You
Yep.
just have to roll one.
Okay, but it does attack you with claws, and it misses you. Claws come up and scrape against your shield, and as they go, almost like the heat on a cold window, you see almost necrotic mist on your shield form.
Sure, that's fine.
That's that.
Unfortunately, I give her a wink.
The
a smile.
The mummy?
Yeah. Yeah.
It does seem like you're sick.
The mommy. She's old enough to be my mommy.
She is. 30.
You have my mommy.
Oh, should that one have been making checks to see if it stayed?
When it
Has-
takes
hasn't
damage.
taken
damage.
any damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alright, so here's all three of her attacks.
It did.
Everyone hit.
That was in great AC.
Okay. Again, she punctures, digs up through the wrappings, pulls out, slices again and again. You see Cassander is also just like... And in fact, starts walking towards the corpse.
This way?
Yeah. Half move even. Casually.
Okay.
Not even... Alright, Nas.
Do I know that he cast that spell on him?
I don't know. Do you think you would?
I mean, I think he's pretty
Yeah.
I'm pretty aware of it. I can make a.
I've used it before, so
I know.
you would probably, and we've probably discussed enough
but is there a
magic.
visible effect?
I just think with a mummy, I mean, you've seen it attacking the other one, so
Okay,
yeah, I think
alright,
you would.
okay.
Yeah.
I
So
taught you, Green Flame Blade.
well, no, I know, but the problem is if I do that, it hits it, and it's going to come out of it potentially.
Yep.
Whatever. He's just going to attack it with the one in the center, and he will Green Flame Blade the other one
Okay, got it.
if I hit. 20.
Yep.
22 damage.
How do you kill it, my dude?
He just comes up with one sweep and he hits the skull and it just explodes and the blade and the flame carry over. Well, of course, it's just mainly the flame that's hitting the second one. Yeah, for 3. Fire. It makes a difference.
Okay, and now it gets a save?
Yep.
What,
It was-
15
Although the other one's dead, right?
intelligence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all it means is he'll attack randomly, even if he
Yeah.
did fail.
Okay.
Well, at least he can't focus,
Yeah,
potentially.
true that.
what was this for? Just a show.
He's,
Yeah.
yeah.
And which he still
Oh,
is.
she still
He
is.
still is. Broderick.
All right, Broderick will rush in and make 2 attacks for the first time in BD.
Oh my.
First attack says 18. 7. Second attack 13.
Hit.
7.
Remarkably consistent.
Nobody's hurt, and this is all that's left. He will do nothing with his bonus action.
They have to make 2 saves, does it matter?
Yeah.
Yep.
They won, it looks like.
No, I
Oh.
did not.
Really?
Whoa.
Holy crap.
Whoa.
It was intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I guess I didn't think
Dumb
about that.
AF.
All right. So one's fallen. As you run up, after the other one fell, in fact, even though it would have been the end of its turn anyway, you're like, huh! And you just dig right in.
Oh, by the way, after I killed that other one, I looked at her and go, I give her another winking smile.
She is not focused on you at all.
I don't care. Makes me feel better about myself.
In fact, you see that as much as she's been slightly a drunkard and shitty, she is all business.
Oh, I'm kind of terrified about how much damage she's doing.
The link should help.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, my dude.
Oh my god. Well, you could.
That's just for the wormy boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let it go.
Okay. You feel a worm up on the bottom of your leg under the armor where that
Do I see it?
plates. I don't know that you would. I think you'd be focusing on.
I have a passive perception of 14. Would that be enough to notice it? If not, I mean, that's fine. I think you can just cheat.
No, I guess I hadn't really thought about it.
You just say no and I'll cry.
I'm just trying to think. If you got a mummy in front of you and it's a worm crawling on the
I think it's unlikely I would notice.
Yeah.
I think it's unlikely.
I think
too.
it's
I
unlikely.
think in the heat of battle.
Yeah.
Especially after that one died. I mean, I don't know that you all would know. It'd be like, oh, worms are probably dead.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, but you feel the teeth again. It's like,
I will be... Mechanically, what are the implications of attacking
don't
the
know.
worm?
I mean,
Oh, of
of
attacking
attacking it? I mean, can you hurt yourself? Is that what you're saying?
no, you can't hurt yourself.
But I'd have to roll to hit, I guess. Which is the disadvantage over brushing it off.
Well, but you still could use a bonus action to attack again, or use your spiritual weapon to attack it, and then you could attack the mummy or
Yep.
whatever. You have a lot of options.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not... Either way, I have to use my action to get rid of it. I'm just trying to figure out if I should attack it or brush it off, and what the difference is.
Since it keeps coming back, I don't think it's too big of a stretch to think that you should probably try to kill it. It's going to keep coming.
I will try to kill it.
Okay. I mean, and that will just. Oh, you don't have 2 attacks though, because you're a cleric. I was like, that just eats one of your attacks, but I.
It kind of does. He's got the
Yeah.
spiritual weapon out.
Yeah, right.
He can have an attack, and he can attack.
I mean, using my action to brush it off would use one of my attacks either way. So.
Well, go ahead and roll the hit, my dude. You hit.
You killed yourself.
Hey, it's dead. It's completely dead. You pull your mace
How do you
around
kill it?
to the back and slam it into your ankle for a second. You're like, ah. But you can feel just the insides of it explode around the inside. You know it's gone.
Hot.
I thought I would get you with the worm.
Spiritual weapon attacking him. Poorly. Okay. Guessing not.
What'd you roll?
2.
So what's your goal?
Does he take my attack?
Yeah,
Your spell attack.
Your spell casting attack.
Wisdom plus
Oh,
proficiency.
so yeah. So 8.
No, that will not. Okay. All right. So. 4. Okay, I'm gonna do a D4 here. Going 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good.
Jaya.
Good.
Okay.
She deserved to die. She wants to die.
Let me see. Stats here. She's going to use Indomitable.
She's dominant.
She can't be dominant.
She's suddenly. It stares, and for a second, you see her shield drop as its eyes continue to glow. And she suddenly has a look of fear. on her face. And it's done. It's gonna move towards her. So Broderick, you'll get an opportunity attack.
Okay. Let me re-roll that.
Up to you.
No, that's a 12.
Yeah, you got it.
Ooh. Ooh, wee. That'll be a 9.
You dig right into its back. It misses Jaya completely. She and now in fear
I'm
is
sorry.
kind of raising up,
Mm-hmm.
and it almost looks strange to see her face afraid.
Broderick knows she's only human.
She can make attacks at disadvantage on it though, so I'm just gonna do this 3 times. Definitely hit.
It's hard for her not to hit, I think.
Definitely hit.
Does she have to roll 1?
Definitely hit.
1 or 2, maybe.
She would have to roll a 1 just because it would fail on what there is. Well, I'm sorry, my dudes, but Jaya, in fact, is...
Ask yourself, how do you kill yourself?
Alright, so, out of fear, you see her push with her shield, kind of knock its knee down, and just continue slashing, and it goes on longer than it should. What is clearly dead, she just is ripping and kicking entrails out and away, and then kind of catches herself. Like,
What's with the head of...
What's Dummy doing?
he has made it up and has picked up the corpse. And he's looking at it. And he pulls it over his shoulder, the rope that it's hanging by. And he kind of looks behind him. And he looks like he's listening. As you guys look up, and you see one of the skeletal arms point a finger off in the distance.
Well, that figures.
And yeah, should we just start walking off?
Oh, he's gonna try to walk off for sure, yeah. I mean, he's not moving at any pace
Yeah,
that's
of course.
difficult, but he's like stepping over the rocks, hopping down, looking back as if a head was right there, and he's just kind of casually walking in the mud and the rain. Congratulations, you guys beat my worm puzzle.
Just a couple of wormy boys in there.
Well, it's a little easier with an 11-hole fighter. Okay. Well, I guess let him do his thing.
Followed him here.
I'm not touching that thing. I'm looking at Johnny when I say that.
Me either.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just an escort quest.
Okay.
We'll escort.
Yeah,
we'll just
well-
kind of stay on either side of him and just kind of keep an eye out.
Yeah, weapon still drawn.
Yeah, my winks away, and I'll take my crossbow back out.
Okay. He is, trudging along, very childlike, almost kind of bouncing as he goes. Half skips sometimes, looks through, kind of stumbles and catches himself. You guys are continuing to go deeper into the woods. The trees here are far larger and almost like parts of Europe. They look like they're almost were planted in rows, even though they're so old. They never
As
lived.
I'm kind of probably trailing behind a little bit with Rezier because it makes no noise.
Mhm.
I'm nicking trees
Okay.
as we go.
You
One of them reaches down.
Stop! Stop!
What?
y'all are gonna face that now.
Just because
There is
he's
a
not
tree
a
you
woodsman.
can uncut.
Yo, yeah.
None of us are. Although you've probably got some survival. But he's still marking his trail.
You dare not lay Rezier.
What's that from?
But sorry, Elastica.
You do see that there's not most of the woods you've traveled through aren't typical. There's underbrush. They're incredibly difficult to get through. This is like it's almost cleared up, so it's
Well,
like
are the trees like the canopy just like super dense?
it is. So there's still rain kind of
Mm.
shifting through, but it is. It's like a lot of pine too,
Mhm.
so you're walking on like needles almost through a grove. It almost feels like you're inside. And there's the actual legitimate mist somewhat forming around the very, maybe an inch up from the tree roots from the ground.
How much farther?
He's like, and as he does, as he turns the arm kind of otherworldly continues to point as he turns around, like it wraps itself around in the exact direction that it needs to point. He's like, I don't know. But it could be a while. It could also not be a while.
We left the horses behind.
I'm gonna get the horses.
All right.
What about Shimmermane? Or do you want to go get him?
She'll come.
He turned.
She wasn't there.
I don't know what happened. It was a bloody mess.
Through all these turns in the woods, there's a lot of twists.
Oh
my God.
Oh,
Oh God.
taunting. So I will use my dash.
You don't
Bonus
want to know.
action.
33 for 1.
For one?
Yeah, they're really bad for you. But so delicious though.
Don't let that stop you from enjoying the delicious taste of red vines.
You make it back to the horses, no problem. Do you guys...
I would tell him to wait, or at least slow down, just to give him ample time to catch up.
He listens. He shuts down, crosses his legs, pulls what looks like a rotted, stinking corpse in front of him that continues to point in the direction that it needs to go.
This is certainly strange. Do you have any idea what's going on here, Jaya?
I don't know a damn thing. Really. It's news to me. Don't really like being around here, though. I got a real feeling that was just the start of the show.
I think you might be right. We'll see.
Alright, well. I'll ride the horses back, and I look to Shimmermane. Come here, boy, girl, whatever the hell you are.
Can she eat his face?
She does not respond to your commands, but as you take off,
I'll put on one of the horses. I'll use what is it? Minor Illusion of Broderick on one of the horses.
Man, she got those smells.
I know.
she moves almost spitefully, moves through your illusion, and just pads on next to you guys.
As she goes past, I go, bitch. I look around, make sure it goes all.
I said.
I said.
Okay. Horses, Shimmermane catches up as you guys are all been resting against the trunks of these large trees in the canopy.
You guys want to take a short rest?
Yeah.
Hopefully you can convince, what's his name, to stop the dragon.
Well, he did.
Right.
He's waiting now.
Yeah, he's sitting there.
Yeah, we take a shorty.
I mean,
I actually don't get anything back. So.
You get your.
Oh, I get my one bardic inspiration back. That's right. Forgot about that.
Well, Arcane Recovery, get my second all small slot back.
True.
Alright.
Okay. You guys continue to head through the woods. Again, you see scattered bits of strange relics of just crumbled buildings. Some of the architecture looks some of it like looks human. Some of it looks it's got a few dwarvish elements. Some what are clearly that Art Nouveau kind of elvish.
Mm-hmm.
You get the feeling that you're maybe somewhere in the high forest, or you're at least starting to enter what you know are some of the elven kingdoms. But I don't think any of you have ever been there.
Probably
I'm on the horse actually at this point.
There's a slight hill, kind of an incline, still has the pine needles that go up. Large trees ascending it. And Cassander puts the rope around, ties it to his loose belt that he has, and starting to scramble up. It is a steep incline, though. Horsers will not be able to make it.
Okay, that's fine. I'll time off again.
I'll ride Shimmermane up it, and she can hop and jump and claw, I'm sure.
As you guys are making it up the hill, I do need, those not on Shimmermane, I do need acrobatics check.
That was a 5.
23.
You have no problem. You kind of add it up. I mean, I've scaled walls. You add up the trees that are going up, and you scramble up to a tree, scramble up to another tree. Shimmermane's having really no issue. Just half.
Yeah, the occasional fluttering.
Get up. Cassandra is also fun. You almost overtake. Not overtake, but are a little above Cassandra as he's kind of climbing up. Jaya takes a fairly direct approach and starts and grabs, out of her pack like a hammer as she starts to fall, because she's also in heavy armor like you.
Mm-hmm.
You at one point slide nearly all the way back down. You just lose you're too heavy and the pine needles you can't that as you try to go, and it's not clumsy, it's just you going back up though, you've now kind of made a path of where the pine needles are gone that you can easily climb back up. You guys all make it. Henrik and Jaya clearly having the hardest time in the amount of armor as they kind of reach the top of this rise. And there you guys see circular stone edifices. And again, they have the archways. Some are crumbled, some are still up. And in the center, there's just a well.
That's always good.
What's in the well?
The head. The head. We need the head. The head's what we need. I can't talk to the hanged man without a head.
That makes sense, I suppose.
Probably the most sense he's ever made.
I would go to the edge of the well and cast dancing lights and send 4 lights down 60 feet.
And you actually see there is as you get up there, you couldn't quite see, you see that there is a rope clearly tied to...
Yeah, the thunder spooking the dog.
Clearly tied to a bucket.
How far down was it?
It's actually probably only about 40 feet.
And it's in the bucket?
I don't know that you... Well, as you
the
cast
bucket
dancing
down?
lights, the bucket is in the water.
Yep.
So you can see the end of the well just fine. You can see where the bucket is. I don't know that you can determine more with
Maybe pull up some of the bucket.
Okay. As you start to pull up and you can hear that scraping of like banded iron around wood against stone, just water drips. You move the dancing light over and you can see that there's just an upturned skull right in the center of the bucket.
Oh, it is in the bucket.
It is in the bucket.
I think I found it.
I'll kind of watch the thing and I'll make sure it's feeding, right?
Oh,
Shake weight in it.
There's only one road.
You continue to make sure that it's. I mean, you're careful. I mean, this is another spot that's been exposed to elements.
Right.
And it reaches the top, and you pull the bucket out. Do you?
Yep.
Do you? You son of a bitch.
No.
Are you sure?
Are you?
How much does a head weigh?
8 pounds.
A
With
dead
brain
head.
matter. 6 pounds.
5?
Probably 5.
Perfect. Mage hand.
You mage hand it. The traps don't go off. I'm kidding. Where do you put it?
I mage hand it to him, to Cassandra.
So he's like, the head. He takes it. He's like, hello.
Didn't count his teeth.
And he cartoonishly looks like he's screwing
Screwing it
the
on.
head
Nice.
back onto the vertebrae. Yep. That's. Like, I need a dagger.
I just throw it at his feet.
It's like, okay, and I need 2 gold coins.
Alright. Take 2. Flip them to him.
Fumbles.
Yeah, he probably doesn't care if they land in the mud.
He looks down. Jai is posted up against, one of the archways, and is watching. She's like, "What did you want to know about again?"
The orbs that were used to destroy the
Ant.
Twerp.
I'm taking back
Antwerp.
Amtail.
Amtail.
Hey, I remember
I knew
more
that.
than you would expect me to.
You did.
All right. He's like, the orbs that destroy magic orbs. It seems like he's thinking. He cuts his hand. He's like, ow. He sprinkles the blood over the skull's face and into its mouth. He's like, blood of the living to restore the life force. He takes the gold coins and he's like, payment for the transgression. And he drops one in one eye hole and the other in the other eye hole. You can see them clatter down inside. And then he opens up the mouth and he's like, and breath. Both of its eyes look almost like flashlights, like they start having light come directly out of them. And it's like, all you can see is that it starts moving. He's like, oh. And he spits into the mouth, and then it's like, and suddenly you can hear exactly what it's saying. He's like, uh-huh. And just, it's... What languages do you guys speak?
Dwarvish,
Basic
common.
ones.
I'll tell you.
Undercommon, common, and jive.
But I do have comprehend languages, and I
I
think
do
he would
too,
cast
actually.
it. I'm gonna burn a level 1 slot so that he can understand what's going on. Cast comprehend languages.
There's no way you would understand this language. I'm not going to have you burn a
Alright,
level
alright.
slot. I was just curious.
Word.
That'd be too cruel. So it's you. I'm like, I don't know if that sounds like anything to him. He's like, no, I need to know about the magic. He looks at you guys. Orbs? Oh, the magic orbs. They destroyed a town. Jai's here.
My friend.
He's looking, and then he leans in like, what? Who's coming? looks up at you guys. He's like, you should get ready.
Get ready for what?
He starts pulling up the corpse. He's like, you should get ready.
Did you get your answers?
He's like,
God damn you.
from within this archway, beyond it, those pine needles you see start to spin kind of around. Just the trees almost seem to come in on top of you. The light doesn't want to make it past the canopy. It just continues swirling, almost to where it's completely obscure outside of this stone archway. It's just like an engine moving around. But in it, you start to see some of them parting in the distance, opening up clearly a column. And through it,
Nothing. A little bun.
Oh. No, it's treasure
you
goblins.
can start to see, though it's obscured, that a figure with a staff is walking towards you. There's a gem glowing on the staff. You can see that there's clearly robes that are dangling. You catch the glint of what looks like a diadem or a crown. As it approaches, though, you can see that the face is sunken and that it's undead, wearing teal robes. And as it reaches the opening of this archway, the needles part, and this figure steps through. Here you've come, all to die.
No. We can leave.
Who or what are you?
Who or what are you?
Well, I suppose if you want the backstory.
I was like,
That was a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am Broderick, as you may or may not already know.
Kind of looks back to you. And it looks at you for a moment and looks hard and sees your shield. It's like, Cleric of Tempest. And it seems to almost get animalistic as it's going down. My patron would have me take your soul.
Tempest will give me yours.
It raises its staff. We're gonna go to a quick break and then come back for this combat.
Ooh, BRB,
there's
everybody.
combat.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were going to talk our way out of this one.
Yeah.
I thought he was a merchant. He was going to sell us magic.
Welcome back, everyone. Where we last left, they are in a kind of a stone archway that circles around them, and there was a well that they had to get the skull out of. As soon as they picked up the skull and reattached it, the pine needles spun around them and continued to have a vortex around this circle. And out came some undead, looking like a spellcaster, who most certainly did not like a religious warrior of Tempest. But also mentioned that his patron would have him devour you. You guys can go ahead and roll to try to figure out what this is with anyone you think applicable. Pretty low difficulty.
Nope.
History.
21 Arcana?
What you got?
15 history.
Sorry, 20 Arcana.
If history is not
For you, you're like, there's some. I remember that there's some spellcasters who served even in death. You know, you're like, that's a warlock who made a pact and even in death serves as a warlock. A deathlock, if you will. And a powerful one at that.
It's not too late for us to run, right?
And as this is happening, the well burst up with a green flame and is just burning. Perhaps like a funeral fire. I'm gonna need initiative.
Are you sure?
Look for it.
I mean, I'm not actually worried.
Oh my god.
We rolled the same thing. Like, no, I can't. You read your
Where is he?
Shimmermane is with me.
That's true.
Send Shimmermane in!
Yeah. Distract him.
Send her to the fire!
I shan't. How high is the canopy?
Shit.
How high is the canopy up?
I said,
I like to hold it high.
Probably 30 feet up. I think.
Okay.
Is this where you think y'all were?
I think we were around the well.
Yeah, we were around the
Alright,
well.
well you guys place yourselves around here as you think.
Yeah, something like this is fine. I would have been with Shimmermane over here. Where did he come from?
I'm trying to decide, because he could have walked in any archway. But I'm not going to have him be that fucking far.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
no, I will.
Look at that figure. Let me show off this figure. Remember that really popular Excellent game, Grid Wars, that definitely lasted the test of time? Sure made some cool models, though. Look at that boy. Hopefully that was even in focus. I didn't look.
Okay. Walks in here, and let me get some initiatives for...
Oh, so roll initiative now?
Yeah, let's re-roll initiative. Wow.
Okay.
Couldn't have done much worse, but I did worse. Well, that's better.
Let's see. I don't see the other ally token, so enemy 1 is going to be Cassander.
Yeah, that's fine. He's pretty much an enemy to me.
That's telling.
Okay. Initiative.
3.
Okay.
It's okay to be impressed.
Three's good, but it's no 6.
Wowie.
18.
Very nice.
I'm going to have Shimmermane act after me.
After you.
Oh shit, boss go first.
Yep.
Oh, that should be good.
I feel better. I'm going to spend an inspiration to reroll my initiative.
It's good. Good that you didn't, I think, my friend.
Not your friend.
I'm not
You're my DM.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'm the player. No, I mean, I love you.
Is that a brand new song? That I'm not your friend. Yep. Cool.
Thanks.
I watched
Hey.
another one of those dumb Mythica movies.
Oh, I haven't seen them yet.
They are oddly entertaining. I think there's 5 of them.
I mean, I'll check them out. I mean,
Don't expect
if it's
much.
sword and sorcery,
It's cheesy sword
cheesy.
sorcery, but the acting is actually decent,
yeah.
and the props are good. And the effects are not bad. I mean, it's
And it's got Kevin Sorbo.
and it's got Matt Mercer in it sometimes.
Does it really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
he's the necromancer in it.
I did not know that.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
What did I do wrong? You don't like me?
You
How
worship
about
temples.
22?
You're good.
You cheated.
Alright, yeah, let me just make sure that. Okay. For a moment, it looks directly at you, and you start to almost feel like there's a crown appearing over your head. And you focus, and the crown burns up ahead of you. And it's like,
I think he'd fake a little confidence in it. Just glare at him like he's not worried about it. But he's probably a little worried about it.
okay, well, that was.
You know, I just noticed that he put the actual grids on the top of the.
Yeah, oh, they're
That's
1 inch by
beautiful.
1 inch.
That's because I was counting and I was like, oh, no, I'm counting. Oh, that's awesome.
Let me show you this, which would have been perfect for the monastery, real quick. My man made a distillery,
Holy shit!
right?
That's awesome.
And it also has a light up little fire.
Oh wow!
Hell
Right?
yeah.
God,
He said so. It's a box full of dungeon terrain, which next time we're in a dungeon, I'm definitely going to be
and
using.
you leave your door open unlocked a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a safe place.
Okay, cool.
That
I
is-
don't really, so don't rob me.
That is its turn.
And it stays where it is.
It stays right where it is.
Son of a bitch. Shimmerman, attack!
I guess it is my turn, huh? So Shimmerman's gonna go after me. So I am going to.
Yeah. Hooped it.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's hooping is happening. Happening hooptin'. I think did I have my rapier? No, I wouldn't have had my rapier drawn because I was pulling up the rope. So first thing I'm gonna say is,
Hold firm, stalwart. Face down this darkness as you always have.
then he's going to pull out that wand O magic missile and blast with 3 charges.
3 charges.
It's a base of
Give it to me.
it's a base of 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only going to do 3 charges.
Right.
So it's
5.
2 additional. You get more if you split it over 2. You get more overall.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the best way to do it's one at a time.
One at a time, technically.
I'm going to burn it over 2
Takes
turns.
70.
Oh my god.
Pretty rough roll. 15 magic missile damage. And then with his move, spend half of his move to mount up. And then on Shimmermane's turn, she will take a dodge action. And her flying speed is 40. No, 60. You're right. It's 60.
Holy
60 feet.
moly.
She will fly 30 feet straight up and roughly 30 feet this way, which is, not a full 60. But we're going to kind of be ready to buzz.
Okay.
I'll get the flight stand. If I can remember where it is.
Nice.
What? Really? The 6?
Yeah. They were both incredibly ahead of
And
you,
then
and
everyone
the
was
rest of you
behind.
were at the bottom.
You threw me.
I know where that little dice stand is.
Like the
Oh, here it is.
square one.
Yep.
Well, they're not good. I'm going to move. I'll move to there. And as a bonus action, I'll call up another Shadow Blade. And I'm going to hold my action to wait for someone to get within range of her.
Okay.
Or should I just throw it now? I'll be at disadvantage, but I'm gonna throw it now because I don't know anyone.
You could bonus action to, or oh no, you can't. Never mind. You bonus action to cast a spell.
Yeah, disadvantage. I'm gonna throw it.
Okay.
Oh fuck. 20 and a 3. So I don't think a 9's gonna do it.
I'm afraid it will not.
And that's it for me.
Alright. Cassandra's like just kind of huddling down.
Here, I'll just
Yeah. Not prone, but just
hiding.
and trying to pull the corpse under, like putting his cloak over, like. Well, Jaya is Jaya.
Sometimes it geeks me out when you have trouble getting into shit. Like, all the time you're like, I got it. It just falls right
I know.
down.
I can't get it. Oh man. No other DMs take this kind of abuse.
No, you take a
I
lot.
keep forgetting because I want to try at least once. I got that stand where it's got the flags on it.
Yeah. Could be cool.
I don't know if it's gonna be harder. Yep, get up there.
Look at you, Jaya.
She just leaps over and just, I mean, is booking it. Gets right up to him. Henrik.
I'll probably hold an action. He's not going to me. He's a humanoid, right?
Nope.
No.
Undead.
Oh, they're not considered humanoids.
No.
Humany undead boys.
No.
I'm still learning D&D.
Sorry. Come out of my office. Because you're fired.
Yeah, I don't even know. Sorry, I should have been prepared.
You could do a spiritual weapon. And continue to move up if you want.
Wouldn't get to him if I
Yeah,
use
it's
it.
60 feet, I think.
Oh, you're right.
When you cast it,
That's
I
right.
think
It
it's
moves
60
20 feet. Okay, yeah, I'll do spiritual weapon.
And then you can move up if you want.
Play for me now.
Can I share your sheet?
Okay, spiritual weapon.
Sorry, I really shouldn't do that. I
No,
apologize.
I was thinking I can only cast 20 feet, but that was dumb.
Honestly, that's what I figured you were thinking. That's why I said it.
You were right. Can I attack on the turn to cast it?
Mhm.
If I move, also.
Yeah.
Okay. Spiritual weapon will attack.
Hit.
23 or 24.
Yeah.
Or 10.
Force.
Of course.
Matters.
Hey, I can see. Well, it doesn't actually take up space.
It doesn't, but that's fine. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, you can move.
Oh god, where was I?
Take your time, man. I'm not trying to take a picture or anything.
Cool. Not trying to play the game.
So Broderick's turn. Damn it! Trying to skip over the boss. Didn't work.
Effort.
I tried.
Okay, I need you and Jaya to both make strength saving throws, please.
Who is you?
You.
No,
Don't forget you can spin that too.
$11's probably not gonna do it. Alright, wait a minute, so I'm gonna use it. Be safe. 16?
Okay, you guys both make it. Alright, so out from it, it moves its staff and almost looks like portals open and tendrils, almost looking like arms, just start battering all of you out of a void.
Mm-hmm.
16. Okay, you both each take 8 damage. Alright, I believe. Yep, that'll be its turn. So Broderick.
Alright. Well, I'm firing off 3 more blasts with the wand. Or 3, third level, or 3 charges into a magic missile.
Ooh,
Wow, yeah, that's a good one. 21 magic missile damage from 5 bolts that just smash into him. Then with an interact, he'll put the wand away. Then he will say, "Get in there, Nos! They need help!"
Don't fuck this up, my dude.
And then, so we're 30 feet up and about 30 feet away. We're going forward with a 60-foot flying speed. 5, and with each movement forward, we're also descending. 15, 20. Then she might have to go down a little bit more, so we'll call it 30. So half is spent to get adjacent. She's going to attack him. We're going to come fly right over top of him and attack him. And Shimmermane will attack with both, staying in the air away from those Tendralis. She will first come in with her claws out. She got a 23.
God. Damn.
Okay, we're going to try to Drax them. Glanced. That'll be 10 damage.
Okay.
Then she... Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. That's her... Well, that's her beak damage. Let me see if she hits with her beak, too. She does. So there's 10 from the beak damage. Now I'm rolling claw damage. 12 damage. Damn, did my bird just do 22 damage? Mm-hmm.
You look at her viciously attacking this, and you know that that would have just torn a human apart. You notice that her beak and claws don't seem to be doing as much damage as you'd like.
Fair enough. And then we're going to fly 30 feet off in the other direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She'll be like swooping around, So he would get a melee attack of opportunity.
Would.
And I think he can hit either her or me. I think. Or is that a feat you have to take?
You,
Because
no.
You
it's
could
not.
choose.
You can choose if you have
the
the feet.
feet.
Yeah. Otherwise, he
Otherwise-
chooses.
Otherwise,
But if she were to do a dodge, then he doesn't get to hit me because I'm not moving on my own weight, on my own volition.
yes.
Yep. Okay.
He is intelligent, so he's going to attack. He is going to attack her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that gets her.
How many hit points does she have? Like 22?
Not a lot.
Well, you can heal her though.
I mean, unless she's like leveled up. I mean, she is level 1.
She takes 15 necrotic damage. As she attacks and he's blocking hits and she tries to take off as you mount, he reaches up a claw just underneath, just sets it up enough that she drags herself over it and you hear her.
Oof. Not ideal.
Ideally, though.
I'm sorry. Nah, I'm sorry, man.
No, you're right. I thought you were reading. Oh, yeah.
You're
Can you slide me up next to
Henry?
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, next to her. Or the enemy. Sorry, I want to be adjacent to him. Right next to Henry.
This way. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
this way.
I don't want to be that bitch. Thank you. I'd use a bonus action to
Dash.
dash.
Got it.
And green flame blade on her.
On her?
Is it a she?
I'm killing Jaya.
16. Did I use it? Okay, 16.
Got it.
Oh!
I love those gambles when you're dialing in the armor class on something. Do you know what armor class is? I know you're relatively new to D&D.
Well, I know my class is cleric.
That's all you know. So that's 26 damage.
What'd you hit with?
Psychic, fire, and piercing.
Gotcha. You said 26.
Actually, yeah, it's all psychic, actually. Because the sneak attack takes the damage of the attack type. So it's psychic and fire.
Got it.
Oh, I love that sword.
It's pretty cool.
So good.
Okay. Cassandra's like just continuing. You see him, and you see the corpse. You can see, especially because you're flying over, and you spare a look, and the corpse is like, and he's like, almost has like a tent in his cloak. Jaya. Two hit. Okay. You see Jaya sword. Again, she kind of bashes and digs in, and it's like you can see its skin searing a little bit from her blades. Henrik.
I'll do my channel divinity, turn on dead. So wisdom saving throw 14, is that right? It's my spell save DC.
Yeah.
14.
Please mess this up. Damn,
Afraid. You grip your holy symbol and lean in. It lifts its head to you and spits on your holy symbol.
Oh, shit!
Excuse you.
Tempest won't help you, priest.
I sure won't help you, and then my spiritual weapon will attack him. Flaming Sword of Tempest. Poorly. About a 12.
It tries to dig in and it pushes its staff out and it catches in the staff.
Dialing in that AC.
We'll pincer it.
Yep.
Okay.
When do those tendril things take effect?
I'm
He did
sorry.
that last turn.
I'm sorry. They would have gone away after
okay.
that. I
They're
apologize.
just a one-off.
They just kind of came out of nowhere as he did it and then disappeared.
I'm not sure if it was a spell or something.
Yeah, I thought it was like the tendrils of Hadar or whatever.
It was,
Black
but they don't.
tentacles.
I don't think they still.
Oh.
I don't think they stay.
Yeah, they do.
They stick around.
You cast Everett. Is that what he cast? Everett Black Tentacles?
No.
Oh, he might have a special ability then.
I think I
Yeah.
did. Arms of Hadar.
I don't know if they do or not.
I don't remember. I never.
I got you on.
It's instantaneous, so yeah,
Okay.
it's just one
Okay.
for that one.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well, you can see from up above, and as you've all closed in, suddenly he's like, and darkness all around you. And that is what, 60 feet? No, what's the?
I think it's a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. So let's start here. So that's 10 feet. 20.
So it's like a curvy or.
It can be any sort of thing I fucking want it to be.
I thought it looked great, man.
Patronize.
It's cool because y'all are blind right now, so.
Okay.
And you do not see where your enemy is as you are blinded.
That's not ideal.
Broderick.
It's
It's just like a dense, thick smoke or fog.
Okay.
Pure black that has gone.
Got it. Broderick will cast a spell magic.
You
Fuck your darkness, dude!
Darkness is a level 2 spell, right?
That is true.
Right, so it's
Gone.
it's just gone.
You only have to roll if it's above 3.
Mhm.
Can you put him back, please? Yeah, thank you. What?
Nah, dude. So that was his action to cast a spell magic. Then bonus action, he will say, "He's over there, priest! Get him!"
What's
And
yours
then-
say?
You are my best friend.
It
and
does
I
not
will be
say that.
forever. It does.
And then on Shimmermane's turn, she will come down and land, licking her wounds. That's the noise she makes. That's me.
All right. Nas, for a moment, black, and then you hear Broderick shout something, and the darkness goes away, and you have to look, and it's now behind you.
Alright, so move me up just off to the side of it. Right there. Keep going. Oh, right next to it, though. Yeah. And I'm going to hold my action until someone's adjacent to him.
Okay.
Look here! Look here!
You're one ugly mother.
Will you move Cassander back 20 feet?
Yeah.
He's crawling, and the corpse is
Dragging it behind
dragging
him.
on the top, and you, Broderick, can still see it like, Okay. And again, Jaya is Jaya. She gets in range. You get a kick off your
Okay.
held action.
I'm going to spend this. Yeah. 19.
You hit.
Alright, so again, Sprinkling Blade and Shadow Blade lasts a minute, so it's still going. Woo! Pretty good. So that is. Wait, let me double check that. But 31 damage.
You're digging. I mean, you guys are tearing shreds of it away. It's still, though you see it being damaged, it doesn't seem to react to any such damage, though. And it's just like.
It's for me.
Oh, and then it's her 3 attacks.
Oh, right. No. I'll let her go.
2 hits.
Right.
She, as you get in, she does 2 cuts across it again and is punishing it.
Man.
Henrik.
Am I allowed to know what made him so resistant that he had advantage on a wisdom saving throw?
There's nothing you would know.
just
I mean,
himself.
frankly, you think he was probably powerful in life, and therefore he's powerful now.
So, okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't a one-time thing. So, I'm just going to attack him. So, I guess I could have hit that. I don't know. 14 seems risky.
Probably not.
20?
Goddamn.
Or 10?
That feat, dude.
I mean, that is the best.
God, I totally skipped past that.
So,
when I-
so
Your weapon is not silver, correct?
I don't think so. I don't know. That's amazing.
Yeah, we did get
No,
it.
we did. I thought we did get it silver.
We did.
Yeah. In whatchamacallit? In
Yeah.
the
Not
Red
Golden
Larch?
Leaf.
Red Larch.
Yes.
Yep.
I got mine silvered. He got his silvered.
Yep.
Wait,
Are we mixing up games?
I think we might be because someone got a hammer silvered.
No, we're mixing up games.
That was Esme.
That was
gonna
Esme.
believe
Esme
that
got
was
a hammer.
Yeah,
That was a 404 file not found in the memory palette.
Yeah, you're right. We don't have silvered
Stupid
blades.
Sean.
So is it ineffective or just not extra effective?
Just not. It's not as effective as you think it would be. I mean, you slam into it, and it almost seems like you can't penetrate the outer shell of this undead skin.
Gotcha. 10, 15. I mean, it doesn't
Just
matter.
move him next to him. You can still hit him. That corner.
Oh, I can only move 20.
I know, but move it next to her.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right there. Yep.
Yeah, he's new to D&D, so.
Yes.
And counting.
Yeah.
11.
I'm afraid not, my dude.
Do you have a magic weapon? As a spell? It is a bonus action to cast it, but
It looks at you, Priest of Tempest, and it puts a hand right in your face, and it's like, "Wither as I have withered." I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, my dude.
hold on. I didn't see the roll.
Okay.
What's your con bonus?
2.
I'm gonna give you a 17.
I love you.
Did you roll good or bad?
I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay. I was gonna do it as you were rolling it.
My hero.
Divination wizards, man. They're where it's at. They're so fun.
What do you do
to do this?
as you see this, what is clearly a spell, and you can already, even before its effects, see the color of his skin start to drain.
And I'm gonna assume that maybe did it touch him?
It did not. It
Okay.
did not touch him, but it just kind of had a hand out.
Henry, raise your shield! And he'll just bring his shield up to just kind of block line of sight enough to maybe disrupt it a bit.
You push it, the hand gets pushed up, and as it touches, there's clearly your holy symbol on your Shield of Tempest that
Nice.
almost seems to give
Tight.
some level of protection.
Oh my god, that's a lot of dice! Holy shit, I'm glad I did that!
Ugh.
I can't count that high.
Okay, so that's 34 damage, so you take half of that, so you take 17 damage.
Ooh. I just healed you.
And you can feel it, you just start to feel, and for a moment, you can see being right next to him, it looks almost as if he's aged, his skin starts to sink in and goes from, color, he looks like he's, a blight has taken him.
Come on, man.
Oh.
Broderick, and you see this clearly. You can now see Stalwart holding up his shield with what looks like the life of him being sucked out.
Well, first, I would say,
Hold firm, Stalwart! Your Tempest is with us!
burn down those bardic inspos. Then he will dismount and move 15 feet closer. Draw his blade, and as he does, he will say to the creature,
This is where you finally know what it is to meet darkness.
and I will cast Dissonant Whispers on him. So a wisdom save, my dude.
It will use a reaction to try to push it back and use a counter spell.
What a son of a... I forget how the...
It just
counter
works.
Mechanics. Oh,
If
does it?
he's within, I think, 30 feet, It might be longer than that.
60 feet.
60,
If
it
it's third
just-
or lower,
it's
it
gone.
just fails with no effect.
Oh, man. Just...
So as you push out, and he turns to you suddenly and waves it, and it's like,
Mm.
and in fact, what comes out almost seems like it's life from the life.
Ah.
You just get that feeling.
I don't much care for that.
No,
And with that, Shipmaid's no longer under my control. Because I'm not controlling her.
gotcha.
Fly controller.
No.
She flies into the
Absolutely
fire.
not.
That's
Nas.
Alright, well, you keep flame blading him. I'll spend this. I don't know if I have enough dice. Alright, so this is my pool. So we'll add 2 more of those. 2 more of those. I need. Can I borrow an 8? No, I got it. There we go.
Wait. Green Flame Blade only adds 1 extra D8.
Right, but the
Is the sword 3d8?
It's 2d8.
How many
Well,
d8s
let me
you
do it
got
again.
there?
So here's.
Oh, because I added
I
your d8.
added that in.
Dude, that's a ridiculous dice pool.
Finally. Ooh.
Oh
That was a
God.
shit.
That was a good roll.
Alright, so.
Jeez, that was very good.
64 damage.
I wish that did. How do you kill it?
What?
How do you kill it?
Holy shit!
Oh, man.
I will. I'll. I guess I'm. What is he? Has just robes and shit on.
I mean, pretty much, but there's almost like he's got like a diadem on. There seems like there's almost like jeweled necklaces.
I kind of
that it
slip
has.
around behind him, and I put my hand in his little eye sockets, and I pull him back, and I just take the blade with my other hand, and I just shove it up under his throat, and I'm just staring at her the whole time, smiling. And I just cast him aside as his head just, hopefully. Oh,
This thing just disintegrates, and as it does, you feel a relief.
That was a tasty damage.
and that roll.
67 damage?
64.
64.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's a
64
new
damage.
record, at least for these characters.
Yeah.
For these,
A non-disintegrate.
Yeah.
Woo!
A nice disintegrate,
Oh shit!
but not disintegrate.
Certainly not a null disintegrate.
Alright, well, with that kind of twist.
I need a snack. Damn.
This thing disintegrates in front of you.
Thank you.
How are you looking, Stalwart?
Well, less than that.
It explodes. No viscera hits you, though. It's almost like it just disintegrates before it reaches anything. And the flame inside the well goes back down to water.
Sander, come back.
He's walking. You can put him over to you guys.
Keep showing that toy.
That was tasty.
I knew you'd get it.
You said I might die. Did you mean here?
What?
Never mind. What did your friend tell you?
He says it's just like still kind of going, clattering its jaw. He says those crystals only grow in ancient places where ancient things died.
Oh God, you gotta be kidding me. That's it.
No,
That's it.
they're rare. And he's still, it's like he's just translating. Your enemies have plenty for now, but they're looking for more powerful magic. They would only be this big. But you will find another store of them later in the Colossus. The half giant will find you.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god, I'm at my wit's end with him.
I told you exactly what you need to know.
Where are we to go?
It's kind of up to you, but it seems you still have business to finish with the keeps.
Scarlet Moon.
Yeah, that's what he said.
It's where we were planning to go next anyways.
I think you will find the crystals sooner or later. But the others may or may not go off before then.
You mean go off? I mean, they're gonna use them again? Nos just walks away. He's been dealing with him for days, and he's done. He just walks away.
Jaya walks over to him and looks at him. I mean, just kind of shakes her head as she looks. Like she was maybe expecting something else. Like, you get that she looked hard and didn't see what she wanted.
Her revenge. Like she wanted to kill him, maybe.
So we're going to find them sooner or later. That's what we found out.
Well, you're gonna have to go look for them.
But we don't know where to look. So what have we got?
Well, the half giant will find you. And you guys will go look for them. In the Colossus.
I shake my head, just like, is there any like statues or anything like that? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Like, I mean, that's still a word that's used. Like, oh man, it was colossal. That was Colossus. There's been a few fighters, pugilists you've known that have called themselves Colossus.
All in silver armor.
But none of them make sense.
Well, where to now then? Back to Golden Leaf.
And then
On to Scarlet Moon.
yeah. I did get a good look at it, so
Good.
hopefully we haven't been gone too long.
I liked our approach last time. The direct approach.
Not this time.
Well, we've got time to figure that out.
I'll tell you on the way.
Jaya's kind of cleaning off her sword now.
And I'm just gonna do a D-magic and kind of look around, see if there's anything.
Are you doing it as a ritual or just cast?
I'm just gonna cast it.
You see that I know it's not mechanically. I like to think that you catch the residual magic of things around, like you
Sure.
just
Yeah, I
inherently
think
sense
that's
it.
reasonable. Yeah.
And you can tell that this place, even just it feels almost, not that you have that, it feels something similar to being hallowed or restored.
Okay.
The trees around here seem a bit more verdant. You do see the corpse is still just, you can't even keep an eye on all of the magics that are happening. You also see that Cassander is starting to look far more magical. And as you do, you guys are all getting ready. Jaya's, I'll probably head to the Knights of Samalar. And the corpse is like, Asha, 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 Asha. In Cassander's ear. He's like, what? What's that? He puts his head down, and you're kind of seeing it. You're like, what's happening? And when he opens his eyes again, they hold a sickening intelligence, and all of the dull and gray is gone. I remember. Thank you. And Jaya turns and starts to draw, and it's like he puts his hand on the hilt and he leans in, and you see him whispering in her ear.
I try to read his lips, or is he speaking another language?
Oh, you could try to read his lips.
Is it like,
I don't know.
it must be maybe I have a sleight of hand for some reason, but
I said
but go ahead,
move on.
Go ahead.
I mean, you see her push her sword away and step back. Wow, Many thanks to all of you. Perhaps I'll see you again. I know, though I didn't realize you don't.
Oh, he says that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry that she was saying that. Okay. So good luck.
And to you, you'll need it.
You said we'd meet a half-giant. Who do you mean?
Kothai.
Mm.
Brimskeer.
We met him on the way to Riddlark the first time,
You
correct?
did, and then you, actually, you
I did.
were not there. You two were
Yeah.
in Golden Leaf, and you saw him in Salus and Mithras. So yes.
Well, I'd like to say it's been fun, but I'm glad to see you restored. I truly am.
The smile he gives you is not settling to you at all, or pleasing. He's like, I hope you'll always think that. Yeah, stalwart. Assassin. It's like, try to think about what I said. And she only, almost imperceptibly turns. My dude disappears. With a corpse over his shoulder.
At least we don't have to hear his ramblings anymore.
I think I preferred it the other way.
I think I did too.
Yeah, well, we may have to deal with him later.
Why? I don't know him like you know him, Jaya.
Jaya seems to still be staring off. Kind of. That doesn't look petrified or anything
Right.
like that. She starts gathering her thing. I'd say I know enough that you could be worried or not. It's on his whims on what he does.
What did he say to you?
That's for me to know.
Very well then, let's get moving.
I'd go cast a healing word on old Shimmermane.
Right. Yeah, how many hit points does she have left?
She has 4 left.
Yeah. I mean, she had, as nobly as possible, kind of sat down against the well.
Yeah.
Spread the legs out, and, 2 were curled in, so she was in pain.
Yeah, she was hurting. I'd heal her all up. I've got a couple of healing. I've got plenty of spell slots, so I'd heal her up to full.
Alright. You do, and she kind of shakes off with her wings. You guys easily make it back down,
Okay.
and you guys can head to where you like.
Where we're at, it would make the
It'll
most
make more
sense
sense to
to
actually
go.
head to Scarlet, right?
Because we kind of headed down, and Scarlet's
It's
that
just
way.
north
right?
of us, I would assume.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you guys are here. Summit Hall's like right here. Scarlet Moon Hall's like here. So it's not terribly far. It's probably a day.
Okay, well, that's actually not too bad.
Cool. We'd probably part with Jaya then.
Yeah.
I didn't say a word to her.
Yeah.
She's not even giving a shit about any of us, and she does it anyway. So I'm just like, man, she's not worth my time.
I mean, bro, we could just be like,
I hope you find what you're looking for.
She's putting the saddles on, kind of turn. I hope you find the death you deserve.
Could be a nice thing or a really mean thing.
Yeah.
I think Broderick takes it well.
I think
I think Broderick doesn't feel like he deserves a shitty death.
I think you're also insightful enough. I think you know
Yeah.
how she meant it. That when y'all shared that look,
Yeah.
she knows.
Maybe everyone else is like, but I
Like,
think
the
Broderick would,
fuck?
yeah, Broderick would kind of look at her and just nod.
Well, good luck. Maybe our paths will cross again. Maybe not. Saddles up. Rides off hard. Keeping, kind of at the tree line, headed up to what you know must be Summit Hall.
Okay.
Is there anything on this crazy guy? Guessing not.
You know what? He mostly exploded, but let's roll a percentile die, because that was a pretty mean enemy.
Eh.
Oh, y'all handled it.
64 damage.
75, I think there is.
50,
I'm gonna roll on
Well,
Oh, did I go the other way?
57. Yeah.
Still above the halfway mark.
507.
I'm gonna roll on a magic table.
Oh,
roll on
yeah.
a magic item table.
Grab that DMG.
yeah, so that crit was 8d8 and 6d4.
That's crazy. I also numbered the ones in Xanathars that aren't normally numbered.
Better luck next time.
What?
I was telling him better luck next time with his damage.
Here, I don't know if you want to look at this, Sean.
On the Xanathars one? Or is it that
Yeah.
one?
There's a better table in there, I think.
Where are they though?
Good thing you tapped it.
It is tabbed. I just don't know where they are. There you go. I think they're right here. Yeah. So I just numbered, like, if you decide there's minor items common, minor items rare, on up, and then roll. Like I numbered them out, and if it's not a like multiple of 10, that's the last number. So for this, you might roll a d20 and re-roll if you got a 17 plus, or whatever table you decide to roll on.
Don't forget about your ring.
I didn't crit him, so.
I was thinking back to see if you had.
Man, fuck it. We're gonna go on the rare, y'all.
What?
That's what we're
yeah.
Mace of Rareness times 100.
Horseshoes of a Zephyr. I don't know what.
Pretty good.
I don't know what that does.
They'll be in there.
Not griffin shoes. Or hippogriff shoes.
Just turn. It's just a couple pages
It
back.
turns
They're alphabetical
any
order.
horse into a fire mane. Roll.
I think they might be the other way
That
around.
was good, yeah. Your girlfriends would have got it.
Maybe not. You know what? Maybe
Explains
they're.
it.
Maybe they're
right.
the ones on D&D. You know what? I can look them up on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We have the
You
internet.
guys, for whatever reason, for whatever
It's what he was wearing.
ungodly reason,
You get horse feet.
he has a belt though that, as you notice, is actually tied up with random horse manes. Some of them look like horses you've seen before. Some look like sable. Some look almost like otherworldly manes. But in between each is a horseshoe.
Alright, these iron horseshoes come in a set of 4. While all 4 shoes are affixed to the hooves of a horse or similar creature, they allow the creature to move normally while floating 4 inches above the ground. This effect means the creature can cross or stand above non-solid or unstable surfaces such as water or lava. The creature leaves no tracks and ignores difficult terrain. In addition, the creature can move at a normal speed for up to 12 hours a day without suffering exhaustion from forced march.
Pretty fucking cool.
Pretty dope.
Pretty cool.
Whalen would like those.
Wayland would
And
like
I'm
those.
I'm glad that they will do you no good in a dungeon, probably.
Well, we find some water, maybe.
Well, we could. I mean, if we ever get back to a big town, we could also maybe trade them for something that like a magic
Could trade or sell.
hammer or something like that.
All right. Well, you guys, before you left, quietly found these magical horseshoes.
Yeah. See Jaya getting on her horse, like. Hide him.
Thinking Jaya would be like, 4. Sounds like we each get one. You guys head towards Scarlet Moon Hall.
Yeah.
Yep. Or you could head back to another town if you'd rather.
That's so far out of our way.
Yeah, I think we're probably feeling like that took some time out of their path, so.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And as we're proceeding, I will tell you what I learned. I don't know. Did I tell him what I think it was last time?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I mean, we've also been on the road a while, so we
Okay.
can. Either way, yeah, we'll say you tell us now. So we're down.
So you guys have heard that there's the tents, and as you guys kind of come through the hills and you keep your distance, but
See the haze.
you start to smell fire burning. You start to see the haze,
Does it seem any worse? If I could tell.
and not that you can tell, but actually within sight, I'll tell you, it's only been a couple days. You see that they're still constructing a second wicker giant.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is still burning.
Wow. Okay, that's a great sign. Well,
I mean, or so you think. Like, I mean, I don't see new ashes. It doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and that thing is so big.
Yeah, it's big enough. That's what I'm going to say. The fire, I think you scouted that so well with an entire day that you can see the form, another form forming, and you're like, oh, they must have burned one, burned another, and you're like, wait, no. That fire's in the same spot.
Well, they could walk up the path, and they didn't seem to really be paying attention, a lot of people, but I have a hard time doing that personally. There is a backside to the tower. If we went at night, it was a fairly easy climb. We could make up the backside of the hill to the tower and make our way in, but
And you guys you see all the tents, and as you guys try to observe the best you can, because it is difficult to see, and it's frankly, your eyes are kind of stinging. Actually, if you put on your
he would.
Google eyes.
Google this. They do serve somewhat as a magnifying, and they cut through the haze where you now can see. It's a bit like a spyglass. I'm gonna treat it that like you kind of let these gemmed eyes like kind of go up and see, and you can see these camps on this ascent up to what looks like it should be a windmill, but it's got that same shape to it, but it doesn't. It's not a windmill. Kind of crumbled, but yeah, you see just.
It's got scaffolding on one or a couple sides.
It's got scaffolding that's coming up. It looks like it's crumbling. It looks like they're, again, rebuilding it similar to River Guard, but this is much smaller than the entire
small little.
But around this large hill, you've got the camps, and they're just disparate groups. Some look like they've got little groups together. Others kind of walk freely among them. Most seem to be sticking to their own now.
I'm in favor of the direct approach. The place looks small.
There's some well-trained soldiers on top. Did I see animals up there?
No, I don't think so.
I was thinking there was a bear or something. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
If I look again and there was in fact a bear, I will say that you.
No, I don't. I mean, I play so many games. I don't know. But basically, we would go up at night, up that back part of the hill, and make our way. And you said there was a kind of a small wall around
just
it,
kind of a crumbled wall. It's
that we could scramble right over.
It's not even a climb.
I say. So the scaffolding up on the sides. How high up did the scaffolding go?
Let me look, my dude. Didn't expect the other to end that early, so.
Well, we did. I mean, no, I'm not joking. We had an 11th level fighter with us the whole time.
I know I hesitated because I was going to throw more in there, but then I was like...
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
I was like, I don't know, because one hit.
Yeah, one hit or one failed save.
Yeah. Chucked some dice at us.
Would you have been out if you'd failed that save?
I would have been 7 away from being dead.
Okay, so the tower, as you're looking at it, it's about 100 feet.
Oh, wow. That's right, yeah.
The scaffolding only goes about 30 to 35 feet.
Does it go to a landing or a door or anything?
It does. It looks like there's a door kind of up through the scaffolding that you would enter through.
Okay.
And you can see a lot of rubble kind of around the bottom of it.
If we can get up on that scaffolding.
How much rubble? Rubble that looks like it's from the tower, or rubble that looks like it could have been excavated?
That's a good question.
Both. By surveying it, you look on. Yes, that's a lot of rubble from clearly them fixing out walls and doing stuff like that. But you're like, it's a lot of dirt.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot of dirt and stone.
He would point that out.
Is it just me, or are they excavating?
You? I can't see that far.
Well, here, try these on.
Very sweaty.
There's smoke everywhere in the valley.
I'm kidding.
As you put them on, you also have your kind of low light,
My skull.
your skulker vision. I mean, you can see. You're like, oh hell yeah, that's rock they pulled up.
Well, even if we go in and go down, I think if we get up to the scaffolding, at least we're inside and not and absorbing, line of sight and sound.
That seems reasonable to me.
I can get up there and drop a rope. We can get in there without making a whole lot of noise.
Makes sense.
Alright, well I guess we'll have to wait till it gets dark because it's wide open.
I think we will. We'll pull up and rest, and
All right, you guys want to take a long rest?
yeah, we'll wait till nightfall and
The opportune moment.
snack and chill.
Eat some red vines.
Yeah.
Brought to you.
I think we'll call it there, my
Yeah,
dudes.
it's 10:45.
Yeah, it's 10:45.
Yeah.
It'd be weird to start something. Cool, man.
Yeah.
It was good. Deathlock. Tasty.
Technically, y'all, it was a Deathlock mastermind.
I haven't even looked at.
I have no
I
idea.
skimmed past them. I was like, I
I
can't
s-
read anything.
I saw.
So they're a warlock who is still in service
Like
at
an
death.
undead.
That's cool.
they get different stuff for depending on what actual patrons from the book there are.
Oh,
like
cool.
Fiend, Great Old One. Their Eldritch Blast is fucked up though. It'll straight like tendrils come out and restrain you.
Oh,
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, it has advantage against turn. Any effects that would turn you dead. Not immunity, but it does have advantage.
Yeah. That was fun.
Y'all wrecked.
That was good. All right, you want to launch a raid? It looks like we could raid Welcome Party.
Yes.
Let's kick off a raid to Welcome Party. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll be back Sunday. Maybe a little something Saturday.
Potentially.
Potentially something silly.
on Saturday?
Potentially. Very silly.
Real silly.
With like, instead of 4 people, like 14.
Okay.
Yeah, silly.
Alright.
Stay tuned. Yeah, that's all I got. It was good times.
Thanks,
We'll
y'all.
see you guys.
Check us on Sunday for sure for Strahd. Twitters.
for Strahd's Day.